Edio rushed towards Lin Tian, then waved his arm and shouted, "Look at me and break your shell with one punch." Lin Tian shook his head and thought, how hard is the gray Suzuo can be broken by your punch? At last, Edio's fist arrived, and he slammed heavily on Susanoo, and the flame of the explosion instantly drowned Susanoo. Oh my god. Player Edio's heavy punches have fallen on the phantom shell of death, can death hold it? The host explained. Finally the arrogance disappeared. Oh my god. Reaper, the player is unscathed. The host explained. Lin Tian stood in front of Edio unharmed, and said, "It looks like your fist is like a bomb." Huh. How can I be satisfied with such a mere degree? My goal is to be the strongest pinnacle. I want to become stronger, get the champion of this competition and eat the dark fruits. Edio looked at Lin Tian and said proudly. Lin Tian shook his head and said, "You can't even break my shell, so don't speak big words there." Huh. It was me who got it in the end. I was the one who won it. Edios didn't care about her ineffective attack just now, and attacked Lin Tian again. Lin Tian waved Suzuo Nengu's fist casually, and confronted Edio. How can Suzuo Nengu be broken by an incompetent person in Pirate World, let alone Lin Tian with unlimited chakras? The power of a punch, so terrifying, instantly knocked Edios' entire body into the air. Edio flew out of the field like a cannonball and fell into the sea. He was killed by Lin Tian before he could even release his big move. What? Player Edio was killed instantly by the player of Reaper. It's amazing. Reaper. So invincible. It seems that the Grim Reaper is not only the dark horse in this field, he is also one of the people with the most potential to win the championship. Currently, the Grim Reaper player is also loved by the audience. The host explained here, and the conversation turned around and began to explain the battle of the 8 treasure marine army from the Kingdom of Flowers. The 3 of the Flower Country have 8 punches that can control the shockwave. Shields and armors are all useless to them. This is the extraordinary strength of the 8 treasure water army with a history of hundreds of years. It is like entering the realm of no one. The host commented, "I don't know if Death's armored 8 treasure marine army can be shaken away." Suddenly, a few more self-consciously challenged Green Pepper, the leader of the 8 treasure water army. In the end, Green Pepper directly exploded with the Overlord domineering and swept away the crowd. There are not many strong players on the field right now, the 3 of the 8 treasures marines, and Death, Brother Fanku the Killer, Jean the Bounty Hunter, the Predator. Next, Abu of the 8 treasure water army was killed by the Fanku brothers, and the other 2 of the Flower Country naturally faced the Fanku brothers. Lin Tian started to face the Bounty Hunter and Predator Jean. Haha. I heard a rumor, which is not true. I heard that Lin Tian, the god of death known as the 5th Emperor, also entered the venue. This is really interesting. Said Jean the Predator. The guy who can't control his mouth will be killed easily. Lin Tian didn't say a word. A teleport appeared behind Jean. The Prostitute King. Jean Ji threw the weapon collected in his own hand to Lin Tian. Lin Tian allowed Jean to attack him, and finally Suzuo could easily block these weapons. This guy. All my attacks. Jean was shocked. Sorry, it's better not to be so confident in front of me. Lin Tian directly knocked Jen into the air with a heavy fist, and similarly killed Jen in seconds. The surrounding audience has long been crazy about it. Reaper. Reaper. The Reaper actually killed the Jen player again. Couldn't any attack break the defense of the Reaper? Look. Fanku brothers have merged into one. The supporter once again drew attention to the other side. The ability of the jacket fruit is very tasteless, and it is estimated that it will soon be defeated. Lin Tian shook his head and looked at the leader Green Pepper who was killing him. As expected by Lin Tian, Lao Kai of the Flower Country killed the Fanku brothers combination, and finally walked towards Lin Tian with Qing Zhao. Dear viewers, the only players left in the district are the Grim Reaper and Lao Kai and Green Pepper from the Kingdom of Flowers. Next, it's time to compete for the championship. Who will get it? We will wait and see. Come on, great. Reaper, Reaper, Lao Kai, Green Pepper. The audience on the field was full of enthusiasm, paying attention to the battle between the 3 of them. Lao Kai and Qing Zhao persuaded Lin Tian for a while. Boy. I advise you to surrender directly. Even if you are strong, you can't beat the leader of Green Pepper. He is a legendary pirate who offers a reward of 500 million. Lin Tian naturally shook his head and said, "No, let's use our strength to speak." Humph. Then don't blame us. The Green Pepper puts his hands together, and his beard is floating upward, as if a strong breath is condensed. Wait and wait, get out. Lin Tian was also an aura, and in an instant, Lao Kai fainted. This scene stunned the audience and host Mr. Gaz. The green pepper's momentum also rose suddenly, and a powerful overlord color broke out from the green pepper. Lin Tian also released the overlord color. The two overlord colors collided with each other, and an airwave formed in an instant, which directly blew the fainted players on the entire ring. White light and lightning exploded wantonly on the stage, and the host and the audience were staring at the two in the middle of the ring in shock. Even the fighting fish school was stunned by the leaked domineering look, and the players who fell into the water were spared. In the end, the momentum on both sides calmed down triumphantly. What did we just see? The host also didn't know what to say. There is such a terrifying overlord look. How strong is your obsession? Green Zhao asked in shock. On the sea ahead, there are countless, and the one who can dominate this group of people, and finally stands on the top of the overlord, is the One Piece. The old man and your overlord color are not at the same level. You can beat the old man directly, but why close hand? Green Zhao finally asked inexplicably. Let's put it this way, I want to see what other moves you have besides being overbearing and domineering. Lin Tian looked at the green pepper with interest and said. So it depends on my full strength. Green pepper is a pirate with a bounty of 500 million, and there are not many pirates with a bounty of 500 million. Looking at ease and freedom and Lin Tian, green pepper is also quite cautious. It seems that if you don't try your best, you may be killed by you. Green Zhao guessed. I don't know when such a strong young man appeared in the sea. Although you don't know your true identity, but you will not be mediocre if you want to come. Since you want to fight me, then come. Conquer you. Green pepper shouted confidently. Lin Tian also nodded and said, that's interesting. Otherwise, I see every second, it's meaningless. Stop talking nonsense. Come on. As soon as Green Zhao's voice fell, he rushed towards Lin Tian. Although he has long lived in seclusion, but his 8 punches have not regressed in the slightest. What a strong fighting spirit. Leader Green Pepper, can he break the defense of death? The host mobilized the atmosphere. Fighter. After talking, Green Pepper slammed into it. Susanna. Lin Tian still used the power of the kaleidoscope to write round eyes, and the imaginary shadow of Suzuo Nengu covered Lin Tian's body and formed a huge gray figure. Green Zhao's head is very hard, but it hits Su Sao's body, but it doesn't move. Drink. Lin Tian also kicked the green pepper away casually. Who would have thought that green pepper was extremely agile, and a few somersaults removed Lin Tian's kicking power. Damn it. If it were in the period when I was still called the green pepper of the cone, that blow would have broken your defense long ago. Green Pepper said unwillingly. After that, Green Zhao moved quickly again and bumped his head towards Lin Tian. However, Lin Tian still didn't put the green pepper in his eyes, and Suzuo Nengu could be called in absolute defense. Even the green pepper could not be broken, and Suzuo Nengu's outer armor. Therefore, not only did the green pepper not smash the Suzuo Nengu, but it was blown by Lin Tianyi's violent hammer. Oh my god. The green pepper didn't break the shell of the death player, but was smashed into the ring by the death player's body. Isn't the green pepper fainting without moving? The host explained. Get up. Know that you have nothing to do, otherwise you can't be called a legendary pirate. Lin Tian also said to the fallen green pepper. Sure enough. Green pepper slowly stood up, and then green pepper directly supported the whole body with his head, and stood on the ring with his head upside down, his hands clasped together, making everyone puzzled. Hey. Is the green pepper posed to attack? What kind of move is it? As soon as the host's voice fell, the green pepper began to rotate, and the speed of rotation became faster and faster. In the end, a strong wind formed, like a spinning top. 8 punches. What do turn around? Following the description of the green pepper, the body of the green pepper also rushed towards Lin Tian like a tornado. Suzuo can be cut with a demon sword. He took control of Susanoo, pulled out the gray knife in his hand, and then slashed at the green pepper. Su Sao Nohu's huge slash was extremely terrifying. As soon as it was cut down, it shredded the ring in half, and the green pepper also managed to avoid it by moving quickly. Death God's choice. Cut the stage to pieces. What a terrifying power this is. The host was also shocked by Lin Tian's methods. The green pepper player's body is full of black metal. Is this just armed and domineering? The host quickly said. Although not attacked by Lin Tian's slash, green pepper's armed color domineering has already covered his hands and head. Wu Tu turns around and dances. Then Green Pepper began to attack Lin Tian with a high-speed movement. Susanna. Lin Tian's Shu Zuo can be directly transformed into a complete body. 8 Chong Fist Profound Meaning and Cone Free Dragon. Green Zhao jumped to a very high position and then attacked Lin Tian. The moment the two sides collided, there was once again a domineering conflict, with golden lightning and countless airwaves appearing around it. Green Zhao is doing his best, but Lin Tian is still calm and composed. What? Green Pepper's head is extremely hard, and Lin Tian's Shu Zuo Nengu can be called absolute defense. Okay. It's over. When Lin Tian finished speaking, the Green Pepper fell from the sky, but due to the severe squeezing, the head cone of the Green Pepper regrown, and the head cone happened to hit the ring, and the ring was pierced in half in an instant. What? Everyone was shocked to see this scene. Some saw the terrible destructive power of the Green Pepper head cone, and some were shocked that Lin Tian finally won the championship. Off the court. Green Pepper was beaten off the court, disqualified. The host said. The surrounding cheers swarmed, and everyone shouted the title of Lin Tian's death god. Grim Reaper, Grim Reaper, Grim Reaper. What a great guy. Even the legendary pirate was easily defeated. It is the god of death who dominates the Shira field. The host Gaz announced. Well, Lin Tian also greeted the audience, and then the Iron Bridge was released, and Lin Tian walked out of the field. This is the end of the district battle. The players who have the right to challenge the Don Quixote family now have 3 people 3. The winner, Chisa's Bashes, known as the World Fighting Champion. The player who qualified for the district is the captain of the Bardo Club, the Ogre, Tolomeo, and our strongest mysterious figure, Grim Reaper. There is one place left to enter the finals. The start time of the competition in the other districts is seriously delayed by 15 minutes due to the damage of the arena. The game will start right away. Please stay calm, everyone. With the announcement of the host, Lin Tian has also entered the preparation channel for the players. Next, it's Rebecca's battle. It seems that there is nothing left to do except waiting. Lin Tian also sat on the sofa after talking to himself. If I didn't guess wrong, you are the god of death Lin Tian, right? A familiar voice appeared, and Lin Tian lay on the sofa without turning his head and replied, Bartolomeo, what can you advise? What Lin Tian didn't expect was that Bartolomeo walked up to Lin Tian and showed an expression of admiration. You really are Lord Lin Tian, the god of death. Do you know me? Bartolomeo pointed to himself excitedly and said. Lin Tian shook his head and said, Aren't you the district champion? Have we met before? Bartolomeo said excitedly, Logtown. You cut Logtown in half with a single sword. At that time, I was just an ordinary Rogue Town citizen. It was because of your swordsmanship. I was impressed, so I wanted to go to sea. You can say that you were my guide. Lin Tianxin was a little confused. If I remember correctly, this guy should have become Luffy's little brother later. How come he has become my little brother now, as this god's will? Looking at Lin Tian who was thinking about it, Bartolomeo also said with tears and excitement, Senior Lin Tian. You are now the 5th emperor. If you don't dislike it, let my pirate group join you. Lin Tian shook his head quickly and said, This Bartolomeo, don't worry, your name is too long. There is another one of my partners called Zauba. How about I call you Xiaoao in the future? Bartolomeo excitedly agreed. Okay. No problem. I will be called Xiaoao from now on. So, you let me join your pirate group. Great. Xiaoao, don't worry about it, don't be so excited. At this moment, the Green Peppers of the Kingdom of Flowers are dragging heavy steps to Lin Tian and knelt down. Please let the old man express my gratitude. Please accept the old man's gratitude. As a thank you, the old man wants grandson's 8 treasure marines to come under your command. Green Zhao asked too. Lin Tian also touched his head and refused. Sorry. The number of my pirate group has reached the upper limit and I don't want to command so many people for the time being. The troublesome Green Pepper is not discouraged, and he chased Lin Tian. Senior Lin Tian. Please let me join you. Bartolomeo also rushed up. Lin Tian shook his head. In order to avoid trouble, he directly used the domineering look. I'm sorry, please be quiet. Domineering. Lin Tian's overlord look instantly stunned the 3 famous Flower Kingdom and Bartolomeo. Come on. Someone fainted. Lin Tian shouted, and then the medical staff began to heal the injuries of the 4 players. Lin Tian also gained awakening points and Bartolomeo's fruit ability. The barrier fruit is not bad. I won't use it for the time being. Let's talk about it when I wake up. As soon as Lin Tian recovered, he was dragged away by everyone. Rebecca, I didn't expect you to be quite busy. Rebecca ran to the back room with Lin Tian, and ran into the world champion Bashes on the way. Watching the world champion Bashes is calling the worm. Oh, Captain, I saw an unexpected person this time. Bashes said with a smile. When Lin Tian appeared, Bashes also noticed, and hurriedly said, Captain, he is right in front of me, the god of death is here. Are you here, god of death Lin Tian? Wow ha ha ha. Your name is thunderous, but you don't seem to know who I am. The phone worm said to Lin Tian. Well, is it Blackbeard Titch who logically said he hasn't betrayed yet? How come Bashes has called him the captain? Lin Tian was also very puzzled. Haha. Long admiring the name. Dead. My name is Marshall Titch. You can call me Blackbeard. Are you interested in joining my power? Soon my plan is to join me. With the two of us, I will definitely reach Raf. Drews. After confirming that it is indeed Blackbeard, Tien said with hatred, Blackbeard Marshall Titch is right, don't worry. The dark fruit is mine, you don't want to grab it. Huh. Dark fruit, Bashes is about to make it. Dark fruit is an indispensable part of my plan. Even if it is Lin Tian, the fifth emperor, you are also us. Ha ha ha. Lin Tian shook his head and ignored Blackbeard and Bashes. Let's go death. Rebecca and Lin Tian walked towards the swordfighter together. In a short while, Lin Tian was led to the dormitory of the arena swordfighter by Rebecca. It is actually a place similar to a cell. Rebecca took off her helmet, and the two talked casually for a while, and Lin Tian felt that someone behind him grabbed him. Catch it. Rebecca. Great time to do it. A voice came from behind. You brought him here to kill him. The hands behind grasped Lin Tian tightly, but Lin Tian showed no signs of struggling. Move fast. The voice behind urged. Rebecca took out her sword and hesitated. Hey, Rebecca. If you don't do it, how to achieve your goal? Rebecca finally made up her mind, and thrust her sword towards Lin Tian. Lin Tian remained calm. Rebecca's sword pierced directly at Lin Tian, but unfortunately, even Lin Tian's clothes were not pierced, and the sword broke at the sound. It's so hard. The voice behind continued. Don't stop, Rebecca. Continue to take up weapons and attack him. Rebecca finally made up his mind, but no matter what weapon it is, as long as it encounters Lin Tian, it will be broken. In the end, Lin Tian turned into a blur and stood in front of Rebecca. If you want to kill, you have to get rid of it. Rebecca was too scared to move. The difference in strength is too big. Have no idea. Originally, if you could kill one more powerful faction here, you would have more hope. What a pity. Lin Tian saw the terrible prisoner in the cell, and then looked at Rebecca. He understood the whole story. You are prisoner swordfighters, and Rebecca. If you continue to fight, you will be killed on the arena sooner or later. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. I'm here this time to kill Doflaming, brother and his family. What Lin Tian said stunned the surrounding swordfighters, including Rebecca. Doflamingo is very strong. The family power is also very huge. He is the king of Dressrosa. All the prisoner swordfighters couldn't believe what Lin Tian said. Lin Tian shook his head and said, whether you believe me or not, I have to explain that the purpose of my next trip is Brother Doflamingo. And the 4 emperors behind him, I will help them kill all of them. Lin Tian said without questioning, who are you? The prisoners asked. I am the god of death. Lin Tian said, and then directed at Rebecca. Come on in the next game. No matter the victory or defeat, you must live well. Rebecca also appeared on the scene like the original, and was scolded by the surrounding audience just like the original, and entered the venue. Of course, the captain of the handsome pirate group, White Horse Cavendish, entered the venue. The White Horse Cavendish, who caused countless women to faint as soon as he appeared, is still gorgeous and can't be low-key. OU started an unprecedented melee, but Lin Tian's domineering look had already captured the breath from the kingdoms underground. And Grimbit, not far from Dressrosa, was staged an extremely exciting battle. Trafalgaro of the new King Kibuhe, Don Quixote de Flamenco of Kibuhe, and the former Admiral Ao Pheasant Kuzan, and the current Admiral Fujitora smiled and were in a stalemate. I'm sorry, General Fujitora, although I don't want to be an enemy of you, I can't let you take Caesar and arrest Brother Luo. Kuzan said casually, but he had a deep appraisal. The old man doesn't want to be your enemy, but black is black and white is white. If you choose the wrong camp, the old man will come to learn today, the style of the old general. After that, Fujitor took out his cane, cut it directly into the sky, and retracted the knife. Kuzan also cautiously said. Is it the ability to summon meteorites? It's really a terrorist attack that doesn't distinguish between the enemy and me. As soon as the voice fell, a crimson light appeared in the sky, and it quickly attacked Kuzan. However, I am not a fuel-efficient lamp, Ice Age. Kuzan also directly used the big move, and the surrounding area was instantly frozen. Luo also used his fruit ability to cut the meteorite in half with a single knife. Doflamingo flew into the sky, and the other half of the meteorite that fell into the sky was also grabbed with both hands. In an instant, the meteorite was cut into pieces. This guy. Doflamingo was a little angry. The old man is responsible for dealing with the green pheasant, Doflamingo, and capturing Trafalgaro and Caesar Current as soon as possible. After Fujitora finished speaking, it was a mountain dodge, avoiding Kuzan's freezing attack. Although Doflamingo was unhappy, he still attacked Luo. Luo. Let me see. What made you pluck up the courage and start counting on me? Doflamingo attacked Luo aggressively, and Luo took Caesar and shouted. Then he moved to another place in an instant. Fafufu. Didn't you think you would love to play this kind of game? Doflamingo laughed and chased Luo. At this time, Perona and Robin had already met the toys. Today is our day to counterattack Doflamingo. The king of the Dongtada clan said. Let us, under the leadership of the hero, rescue our compatriots who were forced to work as coolies. Leo said. Mr. Soldier, let's go. Perona and Robin heard the news from the factory, and finally set off to the factory with the toys and the villains. Lin Tian teleported to the ground easily. You are surrounded by some defeated players, including Qingzhao from Hana no Kuni and others. You are the god of death. Everyone was stunned and asked, why are you here? Lin Tian, who is familiar with the plot, naturally knows what happened. Looking at the sword fighter, Lin Tian also directly said his identity. King Liku, don't hide your identity. Then, everyone around was surprised. What are you talking about? Is he the former King Liku? Zhou Ren didn't believe in Dao. Looking at Lin Tian's firm eyes, finally the sword fighter Liki also removed his disguised mask, and said, I don't know. How did you guess my identity? Ah. It turned out to be King Liku. Oh my god. Why are you here? Lin Tian also said directly. Okay, guys. Let's talk about it if you have any questions. You are all victims of this arena. I will take you out. Take us out. How are you going to take us out? Some people questioned. It's easy to move groups. Lin Tian directly positioned the sword fighter's prison with the color of seeing and hearing, so all the failed contestants were teleported to the prison. Lin Tian also directly revealed his true identity, and told everyone the conspiracy of the Don Quixote family. After that, Lin Tian did not stop doing two things, and liberated all the confined sword fighters. All people are grateful to Lin Tian, and Lin Tian's super fan, Bartolomeo, eventually participated. Unexpectedly, Doflamingo is so sinister and vicious. Want to make us into toys? It's terrible. We must resist. We must avenge. In the end, the strong men who failed are the anti-Doflamingo alliances established. And Bellamy, the hyena, was also under the persecution of Don Quixote, completely disappointed with Doflamingo and joined the anti-Doflamingo alliance. Therefore, Lin Tian gained the support of many powerful players and the strength of sword fighters in the bullfighting arena, and finally discussed the specific signals for the implementation of the plan. If nothing happens, the Don Quixote family will definitely be suspicious and send cadres to investigate why there is no reason why the strong are arrested. At that time, it will be a signal for our counterattack. Lin Tian said. Next, I will wait for the results of the district. I hope that your granddaughter is fine, King Liku. Hey, Rebecca, and at this moment the phone worm on Lin Tian rang. Blue brew brulu. Lin Tian was also a little surprised and said, this phone worm hasn't been in contact for a long time. Then Lin Tian also looked at the Murloc Haku and said, you secretly reported it to the Revolutionary Army, right? Haku also gave a somewhat embarrassed him. It's okay, we are not enemies. If you guessed right, it should be the phone call from Long. Lin Tian picked up the phone after speaking. Feeding the dragon? It's me, Mr. Lin Tian. Sure enough, Meng Qilong's voice came over there. Lin Tian smiled and said, if you don't go to the Three Treasures Hall, Long, what's the matter if you call? Haha, Haku is my informant over there. I didn't expect you to be in the bullfighting arena. We have a battle plan this time. Oh, the Revolutionary Army also wants to blend in. Is it to take Drez should Rosa take the dark fruit or deal with Doflamingo? Lin Tian couldn't help but guess. Long smiled mysteriously. Ha, Mr. Lin Tian. Neither. We want to deal with the Navy this time. Deal with the Navy. This time the Navy sent 2 generals in Dressrosa, and there are even others. The news claims that the Navy and Dover are embarrassed, and you are fighting Dover again. If you don't mind, we can fight together once. Long also invited. Well, Lin Tian thought about it, and found that Dragon's proposal was also good, so he agreed. Yes. I feel relieved to you. In that case, let's try joint operations this time. I have my plan, and you have your steps. Lin Tian then looked at his teammates and said, I have a lot of power here. Dressrosa is glamorous in appearance, but it is actually very rotten. The cadres of the Don Quixote family are all fruit-powered people. I am going to fight against the cadres with my crew. What about the remaining power? Most of me here are pirates. I think the Navy is not pleasing to the eye. Why don't you let them participate in the anti-Navy war with you? Lin Tian also arranged directly. Long said excitedly, Great. I have sent a suitable candidate to you. If you can make trouble. Huh, there must be a big disturbance. Lin Tian also said with a smile. Then Lin Tian hung up the phone worm, but saw the surprised and shocked eyes of people around him. What's wrong with you? Lin Tian asked in a puzzled way. You are the 5th Emperor, Death God Lin Tian. You are really our benefactor. Can we join you? We want to fight with you. Regardless of was it the green pepper from the country of flowers or Bartolomeo from Rogtown, all the pirates looked at Lin Tian with admiring eyes. My personality charm is so great now. Lin Tian was also puzzled. No problem. Your deeds have been spread all over the sea. Why kill the Golden Lion? Try to pick 3 generals. Break the 5, the Judicial Island, and destroy the Advanced City. Which one is not a world-shattering event? You are a pirate with 4.3 billion rewards. You are already at the pinnacle of pirates. The 5th Emperor of the world, Lord Lin Tian. Looking at the eyes of the people around asking to join, Lin Tian also didn't know what to do. At this moment, a voice helped Lin Tian out of the siege. Hi. This. Respected Lord, are you the 5th Emperor Lin Tian? A handsome man stood in front of Lin Tian. This man's gentleman's clothes, blonde hair, and aristocratic atmosphere. Lin Tian recognized the person in front of him at a glance. I am Lin Tian. Hello. Master Lin Tian. I am the Chief of Staff of the Revolutionary Army, Sabo. Really? Lin Tian also nodded, and the people in front of him were the worshipping brothers of Luffy and Ace. It can be seen that he has not recovered his memory yet. Lin Tian also guessed. Sabo, hello. Our battle plan is about to begin, but for now you have to wait a bit, because dark fruit is one of my goals. Lin Tian also said something directly. Sabo deserves to be the second in command of the Revolutionary Army, and said to Lin Tian very politely, of course. Next, everything will be subject to your instructions and arrangements. Lin Tian introduced the surrounding players and said, these allies, what are the forces and high-end combat capabilities of the Revolutionary Army this time? This time I have high-level combat power, as well as the Revolutionary Murloc Karate Acting Master, Kurla. Kurla is ready in Dressrosa, and many revolutionary forces are already lurking in Dressrosa. We all have phone worms as a contact. Sabo explained carefully. My side has a lot of high-end combat power. When the time comes, we will launch attacks on Don Quixote's cadres, and other people will unanimously launch raids on the Navy and Don Quixote's Dressrosa soldiers. One alliance is called the Anti-Navy and Dover Alliance. Lin Tian also gave a very confusing name, but he received strong support from everyone. Then next, I will use your own abilities to send you out of this cage-like arena. As long as there is a signal, you will start a surprise attack. Win-win. Lin Tian also looked at Sabo and said. It is good. Sabo also nodded. Everyone, please follow my command too. Lin Tian said to the surrounding pirates, no problem. Don't worry. Master Lin Tian. The answers from the people around finally made Lin Tian feel at ease. Go. Mass teleportation. Lin Tian also directly teleported all the people to different locations in Dressrosa, and none of them attracted attention. Sabo also made his revolutionary soldiers recognize his allies. Lin Tian picked up the phone worm again and talked to his friends. Lin Tian, I am Robin. Robin and Lin Tian also exchanged information with each other. Lin Tian, Doflamingo's dry parts are of 3 major types: sugar led by Toripal, Violet, Cora, Rao led by Diamante, Herbe, Zignalpo K, Dellinger, and Garadius, Buffalo, and Pica led. In addition, Monet and Virgo have been captured by us. Robin introduced. Lin Tian responded, understood. We will attack Toy House soon, Robin said. How about Luo? Lin Tian asked. Luo is leading Caesar to escape. Doflamingo is chasing after him. Kuzan and Fugitor are fighting. Robin said. Okay, continue as planned. Lin Tian said with confidence. Haha, Doflamingo, this time you are going to fall into my hands. Lin Tian also showed a wicked smile from the villain. In this regard, the anti-Navy and Dover battle plan has also been drawn up. The Toy House, the artificial Devil Fruit Factory, the trading port, the Cadre Tower, the King's Highland, and even the Navy were calculated by Lin Tian. In the bullfighting arena, the Battle of the District is still in full swing. Cavendish eventually awakened his second personality, but in the end Rebecca won the district championship. Okay. The rest is the final, the host Mr. Gaz said, but now we have to announce a sad news. The 4 cadres who were originally scheduled to appear in the decisive battle had to withdraw from this final because of important matters. Lin Tian said indifferently. Doflamingo is not stupid, he knows to give me a set, but the last person who laughed is definitely not him. Don't lose everyone. Lord Diamante will appear in person. The host first suppressed and then raised, and suddenly the atmosphere of the scene rose to an unprecedented height again. Lin Tian saw Rebecca and shared her plan with her. Don't worry, leave the battle to me. Lin Tian said. I don't know if he felt Lin Tian's sincerity. Rebecca finally chose to believe in Lin Tian. After that, Lin Tian teleported Rebecca to King Liku's side, and King Liku was very safe and Saboker pulled together. At this time, Lin Tian felt a feeling of being peeped, and Lin Tian said. It seems to be you, have you seen what is happening now? Lin Tian saw and heard the feeling of peeping in an instant, and he appeared next to a beautiful woman in an instant. This beautiful woman turned out to be the woman who just entered Dare's Rosa and danced flamenco. Sure enough, you found me, the woman said. It seems that you have seen everything I did just now and didn't stop me. It means that you also cherish this opportunity, is it Violet? Lin Tian said. The woman called Violet was also surprised. It seems that you really know a lot. Since you know everything, it saves me from explaining it to you. From now on, we are no longer enemies. I can also join you. Alliance. Lin Tian nodded and said, of course, you are Princess Violet. By the way, when you see yourself, remember to say that the password Lin Tian has placed Violet, and then a teleport appears in the arena again. Inside, the defeated players in the district were once again thrown underground. Lin Tian used the same method to gain the trust of the district masters, and immediately transported all the district personnel to the front of the anti-Navy and Dover alliance. In the arena, a special arena opened. Bashes, Bartolomeo of War, Death of War, Rebecca of War, and Lord Diamante, who can get the most magical dark fruit in the nature department. The host introduced for a long time, and finally got a shocking news that Bartolomeo and Rebecca had retired. Oh my god. In the end, the host had the difficulty to inform the audience of this news. But Bartolomeo and Rebecca themselves were not loved by the audience, and finally did not expect that the competition was not affected. Then there are only Bash's players, and the Reaper players in the district. In addition, our hero, keep everyone waiting, Lord Diamante. Enthusiastic cheers broke out again, and Diamante made a strong debut. The players are in place. The bullfighting arena wins the final battle. The 2 winners who dominated each area, and Diamante adults are finally all together. And winning the finals can get the strongest species of devil fruit, the mysterious dark fruit in the nature system, that's it. Ha ha ha. I'm going to make a decision, Bashes said confidently. The dark fruit is on the body of a certain giant fighting fish. The rules are very simple. Who among the 3 of us can stand up to the end as the ultimate winner? Diamante said. Next, the game begins. With the announcement of the host, the war bell was also woken up. Amidst the cheers of the audience, the game officially began. Bashes took the initiative to attack Lin Tian, but Lin Tian easily avoided Bash's attack. A huge fighting fish launched an attack on Lin Tian, but Lin Tian saw that it was not the one with the dark fruit, and directly as Shen Luo Tianzheng shook the fighting fish into flight. But Bashes continued to take advantage of Lin Tian to find fish, and from time to time he had to sneak attacks on Lin Tian, but Lin Tian easily escaped Bash's attack. Then another murderous rush came out of the water and attacked Bashes, and Bashes directly shouted, "Wave's elbow." The arm started to smoke in an instant, and for an instant, it directly aroused countless waves of anger. Betta Fish instantly blasted the auditorium out of a big hole. Oh my god. The host Gaz was stunned. However, Bashes attacked without hesitation, causing damage to the audience and causing dissatisfaction among many audiences. Not bad and powerful, as expected to be a powerful general of Tichy. Lin Tian also said casually. Then a new fighting fish appeared, and the back of this fighting fish was carrying dark fruits. Finally appeared. The number one fighting fish carrying the devil fruit. Following the host's explanation, Bashes and Diamante also noticed the dark fruits. But at the same time, countless fighting fish also surfaced one after another. Countless fighting fish surrounded the special ring, and then launched an attack on the people on the ring at the same time. It's really a group of unrepentant stinky fish. Bashes and Diamante also easily flew a few fighting fish. In the end, the number one fighting fish rushed towards Lin Tian. Haha, I hid my breath, so I thought I was weak. Lin Tian also looked at Duyu and said with a smile. Vientian Tianian. Lin Tian directly grabbed the huge body of the fighting fish in his hand. Oh my god. Such a big fighting fish, he actually raised one hand. The host commented in astonishment, don't succeed. Diamante also directly drew out his sword and slashed towards Lin Tian. Lin Tian didn't dodge in the slightest, and directly used the iron block to carry Diamante's attack, and directly smashed Diamante's sword. This time it's me. The dark fruit is mine. Watch Lao Su fly you all. Bashes also took the opportunity to attack Lin Tian and Diamante. Bashes has taken a stance again. The host quickly reminded. The surrounding audience dodged one after another, afraid of being injured by Bashes' attack. Lin Tian looked at Bashes calmly and said, come on, let me see how your strength is. After that, Lin Tian also directly covered his arms with armed colors, and attacked Bashes in such a bland way. There is no special ability, just the armed color, but this armed color is the world's top armed color hardening. Fluctuation. Bashes and Lin Tian fought together. In an instant, the surrounding seawater exploded directly, countless bettas were directly fried into minced meat, and the armor on Bashes' arm was instantly broken into pieces. Bashes looked at his arm in disbelief, and was instantly fried into meat sauce. My hand. How come? How come? After Bashes' arm was interrupted by Lin Tian also kicked Bashes into the sea. Lin Tian grabbed the dark devil fruit directly, and talked to the system, reclaim the dark fruit. It has been converted into a devil fruit ability card for you. May I ask if you use it? Lin Tian replied. Use, in an instant. Lin Tian possessed the power of dark fruit. Lin Tian's dark fruit ability broke out in an instant, and even Dressrosa's sky was dyed black. The entire ring was instantly shaken by Lin Tian's momentum, and Bashes and Diamante fell directly into the sea. The black light. This is the signal for the start of combat. Lin Tian's black light soared into the sky. The battle begins. The anti-Navy Dover combat plan has officially begun. Greenbit's Luo also saw the Reaper who came to support. Huh. Bait, but how many you come and die? Doflamingo still said arrogantly. Instead of smiling pretentiously inside, it's better to think about your next situation. Luo also said confidently. Don't think that you have already won, Luo. Doflamingo showed displeasure, and rushed towards Luo. 5 color line. Doflamingo was a fierce attack if nothing else. Luo also no longer saves energy, using the ability of the Operation Fruit a lot. Doflamingo looked at Luo with a smile and said, if you guessed correctly, Luo, there is a limit to the number of times you can use this trick. I see how long you can last. Bounce the line. Doflamingo directly stretched out his hand, and countless bullet-like attacks attacked Luo. Luo smiled weirdly, and shouted again. Then Luo said, I'm sorry. My task is only to lead you here. You are now surrounded. Dover looked around, only to see a pirate ship approaching him. Fafufu. It's so funny, Luo. Do you think I'm afraid of a pirate ship? Dover also said without fear. Leave me alone, the fighting fish schools here will destroy the pirate ship. Dover said. Oh, let's take a look. Luo still didn't say a word, and chose to directly use his space ability to transfer to a ship not far away. Of course, this ship is the Reaper who came to help. The bottom of the Reaper is full of sea tower stones, so the fighting fish will also be affected, so there is no attack, the Reaper. Luo and Caesar landed on the Grim Reaper, while Dover was furious. In that case, then I will destroy your ship. Dover also jumped into the sky fiercely, Super Strike Whip. Dover directly used his own powerful move to attack the death. But at this moment, a figure jumped up and blocked Dover's attack instantly. Xiao Ba swung 6 knives, completely resisting Dover's move. Fu fu fu. You are the chef of the Lin Tian pirate group, Murloc Xiao Ba. Dover also recognized Xiao Ba's identity at a glance. Excuse me, Doflamingo, it looks like you are going to be defeated by me. Xiao Ba was like saying an extremely normal thing, and launched an attack on Doflamingo. 6 swords flow industry fire. Xiao Ba directly waved the knife in his hand, stimulating his ability to burn fruits, and a powerful flame attacked Dover in an instant. Dover was lost for a moment. This is the ability to burn fruits, not in the new captain of Whitebeard. How can you have it in Ace's hands? However, Xiao Ba did not give Dover time to continue asking questions. The attack had hit Dover. Because the attack was extremely fast, even Dover resisted it with all his strength. You guy. Dover gradually felt a sense of uncontrollable fighting rhythm. Dover is also a member who no longer despised Zauba and Lin. It seems that I underestimated the people. Luo, don't think that you have the winning ticket. Doflamingo once again took the initiative to strike at the small 8 in front of you. Brother Doflamingo and Zauba, you came and went, fighting dimly. In the end, Dover had to explode with all his strength, seeing and hearing the color, the armed color, and the overlord color all exploded. Xiao Ba doesn't have the overlord color, so it seems a bit difficult for a while. In that case, I am serious too. Xiao Ba is also serious. 6 swordsmanship. Upani directly resorted to it. 6 swords flow profound righteous 36 flame god. This move is a unique profound skill after burning the fruit, and its power is even more powerful than the previous 36 sea gods, and 36 extremely fierce and destroying slashes hit Doflamingo. Doflamingo didn't dare to underestimate him and directly awakened his devil fruit ability. Shield White Line. Dover directly used his most defensive move in an attempt to resist Xiao Ba's unique move. The 36 flame gods who hit with all their strength, even the general, did not dare to underestimate it, let alone Dover, who was slightly weaker than the general. Even with full defense, the Shield White Line was still defeated in the end. But still, Dover's defenses withstood most of the attacks, only a small part of the airwave hit Dover, but in the end Dover was still knocked into the air. Sorry. If you were not careful, you shot him away. Let's chase. After Xiaohachi said, the Reaper was also rushing towards Dressrosa. Dover didn't think about it at all. It was just Xiao Ba's attack that he could no longer defend. Damn god of death Lin Tian. Even a chef in the team has such a powerful ability. Dover couldn't believe it, but that was the fact. Zauba had to attack, and even Dover couldn't defend himself. In the end Dover flew all the way to the vicinity of the bullfighting arena. The ultimate champion of the bullfighting arena is death. The host announced that it was over, and even Dover outside the venue heard it. Humph. Grim Reaper. Lin Tian. No matter how strong you are, you can never escape from Dressrosa. Dover knew that Lin Tian already had a plan, and it was immediately. Picked up the phone worm. Toripil, Pika, ready to face the Lin Tian pirates. Dover was also immediately. I notified it with a phone worm. Diamante. Can you hear Diamante? Doflamingo also cursed. Damn it. What happened? He didn't answer my call. At the same time, Lin Tian's signal was released. In the left guard squad of the Reaper who went to pursue, Zauba and Luo also attacked Dover. Because of this, Dover was restrained by Zauba and Luo, unable to rush to help other family cadres. The battle begins. Robin, Perona, the villains and toy soldiers attacked the toy factory through a secret passage. The pacifier man Shinyol blocked Robin's way, while Perona went directly to the cadre tower, saw Sugar, and was about to launch a sneak attack. Guina and Nuokagao, who were hiding nearby, also saw the signal, and finally entered the Highlands of Kings with the help of Violet. In the end, a snot man blocked Guina's path. Hey, hello. You are not allowed to go forward next. I'm Trepel. The snot man is also preparing to start a battle with Guina. Nuahigo also played against 2 people named Mabes and Dellinger. The Grim Reaper was attacked by Don Quixote officials at the same time, headed by Buffalo, Garadius, Rao and the soldiers of Res Rosa. The Revolutionary Army and the pirates also launched a fierce attack on the forces of Dressrosa and Dover at the same time. The phone bug that Dover carried on his body was about to explode. The veins on Dover's forehead burst, and Dover can be seen to be angry. Very good. Death God Lin Tian. And Luo. None of you want to go out. Birdcage. In his anger, Doflamingo used his proud skill, the birdcage. It's not that easy to block us. Lin Tian also shook his head, and flew towards the Devil Fruit Factory in an instant. Finally, Lin Tian appeared in the fruit factory located underground. The slaves of the fruit factory belonged to the Dongtada clan, and Lin Tian also said nothing, and liberated the Dongtada clan. Who are you? The guard soldier saw Lin Tian and asked in surprise. He appeared here. Take it. I am the god of death. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, he directly bounced off the guard soldiers who had attacked him. And Lin Tian once again pointed the finger at the fruit factory. Next, it's time to harvest. Lin Tian directly entered the warehouse of the Devil Fruit Factory. System. Help me redeem all of them into awakening points. Lin Tian said. Okay. Apart from anything else, the system has already begun to exchange for Lin Tian. Congratulations to the host. Obtained artificial devil fruit. Congratulations to the host for successfully redeeming awakening points. Congratulations to the host for the successful exchange. The system's voice was endless, and Lin Tian's mood became more and more excited. In a while, Lin Tian had already gained a lot of awakening points, and he was still. On the way back, batches of guard soldiers were repelled. In the end, Lin Tian discovered that the devil fruit awakening points in the entire factory had been redeemed. Congratulations to the host. Now you have 563 awakening points of devil fruit. Excuse me. What are your instructions? The system seemed to understand Lin Tian's thoughts and asked directly. Lin Tian was extremely excited. After all, he really had awakening points after absorbing the artificial fruit. Point. This number really surprised me. Lin Tian thought. If this is the case, I will first awaken the fruits of regression in the fruits of darkness. As soon as the voice fell, there were only 508 awakening points from 56 points, but Lin Tian gained an unexpectedly huge ability. Lin Tian felt that the regressive fruit and dark fruit had undergone unprecedented changes. Congratulations to the host. You have the ultimate awakening of the fruit of regression in the fruit of darkness. Hello host. Next I will explain the ultimate awakening of the fruit of regression, called the fruit of age. You can control anything that comes into contact with you, or what the flame of time touches, or the years of life. Whether the opponent is 100 years old or 10,000 years old, you can make them old or young as long as they are touched by you. This is a very god-defying skill. I hope the host can cherish it. Lin Tian was also a little stunned when he heard the system. That is to say, no matter how powerful the enemy is, if it urges the fruit of age and touches the opponent, it can also kill the opponent in a second. It is simply too powerful. Lin Tian. And if you can control your age, you can live forever. What a shocking awakening. It didn't end. The system began to explain again. Next, it's the dark fruit awakening. The host, you finally awakened the dark fruit, so the dark fruit has also been renamed the black hole fruit. The black hole fruit not only inherits all the power of the dark fruit, but also has the ability to elementify the darkness. Moreover, as long as the person with the devil fruit ability touches you, the black hole fruit. In fact, it can produce an effect similar to that of Hylu stone, causing it to lose its power. The most important thing is the black hole fruit, which has the ability to absorb all attacks. Even the most powerful attack can be absorbed by the black hole fruit, and it can be used in a certain attack. Lin Tian nodded and thought. But the ability to seize fruits, but it's useless to me. I have the system, and I still disdain to seize the ability of others. Lin Tian thought of the barrier fruit, and he didn't stop doing two things, and spent 25 awakening points to finally awaken it, and in the end, it was left with 48 awakening points. Congratulations to the host. Obtained the ability of the barrier fruit. Congratulations to the host for the ultimate awakening of the barrier fruit. Hello host. After the ultimate awakening of the barrier fruit, it is called the defense fruit. It has an absolute defense that blocks 5 times more attacks than the host. As long as you move your mind, you can directly summon the defense wall. This absolute defense force is currently sufficient to block this. The strongest attack on the plane, and you can summon the defensive wall anywhere within 10 meters. You can also make it directly as a step, and so on. Lin Tian nodded. After all, the power of defensive fruit is already against the sky. It can block 5 times the attack of Lin Tian himself in the pirate world. It is not called gravitational fruit floating fruit ultimate awakening star fruit magma in pirate world. Fruit ultimate awakening, flashing fruit, ultimate awakening, flashing thunder fruit, thundering fruit, ultimate awakening, extremely frozen fruit, ultimate awakening, extremely shocking fruit, shaking fruit, ultimate awakening age, fruit backward, fruit ultimate awakening, black hole fruit, dark fruit, ultimate awakening, defensive fruit barrier fruit ultimate awakening. You currently have 9 real abilities, please be clear to the host. The system prompts once again. If you want to complete the fusion, it is recommended that the host still prepare enough awakening points, at least 1000 points and 1 awakening point. The system said. Lin Tian replied with some helplessness, 1 point, so many. How can I get so many awakening points? I believe you have a clever plan. The system also said in a black belly. Alright. Lin Tian had no choice but to say. He thought of Kaido's army of fruit-capable people. If you don't guess wrong, only by doing Kaido's army of capable people can you get enough points. Lin Tian also said without rush, so, the next goal is on Kaido. Lin Tian finished the system, and then came to the angry Doflamingo in an instant. Dover was also taken aback, he didn't expect Lin Tian to have the ability to teleport. Humph. You are Lin Tian, the god of death. As the 5th emperor, you want to come to Dressrosa to provoke me. I don't know what your purpose is. Doflamingo asked without. Anxiously. Lin Tian looked at Dover and shook his head and said, you don't need to know so much, because you will lose to me immediately. What? Doflamingo grinned with anger. Seeing Lin Tian's self-confident and slow look, he just had a heartbreak. Huo huo. Then Dover received a call. Lin Tian, did you ruin my factory? Blue veins swelled on Dover's forehead. Okay. Then I will try the 5th Emperor Lin Tian's strength, whether it is as powerful as the rumors. After Dover said, he attacked Lin Tian. Doflamingo seemed to understand the principle of capturing the thieves and the king first, so he also attacked Lin Tian fiercely, and he directly chose to give up Xiao Ba and the others. He has a brain, but I still have to lose. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, he felt a different breath from Dover. Dover kept improving his aura and skillfully diverging his domineering aura in all directions, and the domineering aura had exploded. Lin Tian was also doing his part, and his domineering look also burst out, and he easily resisted Dover's momentum. Once again felt Lin Tian's overlord look, Dover was also very cautious and desperate. All Dover's aura has exploded, and in the end he barely contends with Lin Tian's overlord color, and Lin Tian's overlord color has a corrosive effect, and it also burns Dover's flamingo coat in an instant. This guy. What a powerful overlord look, stronger than Kaido. Dover was also secretly frightened, after all, he also knew what a person with an overlord color represented. In that case, I don't have to hide and choke, fight with all my strength. Dover also directly exploded all his strength. Wild waves and white lines. Seeing that Dover used both hands to control the white line of the wild waves, while chasing Lin Tian, while controlling the white line, finally when he grasped Lin Tian's moving line, his hands instantly crossed, and the white line moved closer to Lin Tian. Those 10,000 transparent white thin lines instantly formed a wave of raging attack like ocean waves. It surged up from below Lin Tian and moved closer to Lin Tian, eventually forming a huge white wave of twist-shaped waves, trapping Lin Tian in the line. If it is an ordinary person, it will be crushed by this wild white line in an instant. But who is Lin Tian? Lin Tian has countless abilities. Absorb. Lin Tian directly urged his dark fruit ability, and instantly a black area appeared around his body. The moment the Wangling white line attacked Lin Tian, it was absorbed by Lin Tian's black hole. Is this the dark fruit of power? Dover also frowned, and he didn't expect that even after his awakening attack, he couldn't help Lin Tian. Your attack, I will pay you back. Lin Tian directly absorbed the recorded Dover's attack in the black hole and returned it to Dover. Wild waves and white lines. Lin Tian also shouted, and then the white line in the black hole attacked Dover. Dover found that the line that entered the black hole was not under his control. Therefore, Dover also quickly attacked the wild white line used by Lin Tian with the same attack. Boom. The sound of impact came from all around. Dover was panting, and it was obvious that he was not relaxed. However, Lin Tian was just the opposite, using almost no physical strength. You guy. Dover also looked at Lin Tian solemnly and asked, what happened just now? Why did you use my Wangling white thread? Lin Tian did not answer Dover, but attacked Dover again. Quick kick. Lin Tian directly teleported Dover with a mouthful of blood. Dover in the air said, this is the shining fruit ability of the yellow ape. The speed of light kicks. How does this guy do it? However, without giving Dover any free time, Lin Tian's laser attacks have already followed. Dover had to reluctantly adjust. shield white line. Dover drove directly out of his strongest defensive tactics. The laser produced a big explosion, and the shield white line was also badly damaged. Once gave up passive defense and chose to attack actively. Huge waves and white lines. As soon as Dover's voice fell, the surrounding buildings turned into white lines and were controlled by Dover. This is the awakening of my fruit ability. Dover also said triumphantly. Even if you have more abilities, you won't be much better than me after awakening. Lin Tian smiled and said, then you can try it. What a fool who doesn't understand anything. Countless things around eventually became lines, and then attacked Lin Tian like a huge wave. Lin Tianzi thought to himself, try the defensive fruit. Defense. Lin Tian directly controlled the defensive wall and blocked his whole body. After a burst of smoke, Dover was triumphantly trying to harvest the fruits of success, but he saw Lin Tian standing in front of him unscathed. What the hell is going on? Dover was also stunned. My huge white line. But even the generals have to avoid their sharp edges. What exactly did Lin Tian use? It was actually unscathed. Dover is not an ordinary person. He soon saw that Lin Tian was using a defensive ability. Huh. It turns out that you have the ability to defend. No matter how strong the defense is, there is still a limit to withstand. I'll try how strong your defense is. Dover did not hesitate, and he jumped directly and appeared in the air, and then countless lines covering the armed color rose from the ground. Then these lines turned into a shape similar to flamingo wings, surrounding Lin Tian, and then 10,000 arrows attacked Lin Tian. 1,000 arrows penetrate the heart and feathers hit the line. Dover's move is one of his strongest big moves, so Dover is also confident. Lin Tian didn't care, allowing the defense wall to cover his body 360 degrees. Then Lin Tian was attacked, but every arrow hit Lin Tian's defensive wall, and instantly lost its strength and fell around. After a few seconds passed, Dover saw Lin Tian unscathed again. Damn it. The defense is so strong. Dover also gritted his teeth. I have to use this trick. Dover also began to brew big moves. Lin Tian also went directly to the defensive wall, and said to Dover, it seems that you want to use your own big trick, all right. To respect you, I will use the ability that I just acquired. Send sacred fierce bullets to kill the gods. In the end, Dover did his best and quickly attacked Lin Tian. But Lin Tian said without any haste, the Dark Empire. Then, with Lin Tian as the center, a burst of darkness quickly spread around. Dover's 16 fierce bombs finally entered the dark area and attacked Lin Tian. However, Lin Tian remained motionless there, and the 16 sacred fierce bullets finally arrived in front of Lin Tian. However, under Doflamingo's stunned eyes, Dover's final big move was easily resolved. What the hell is going on? Lin Tian, what did you do? Dover has already started to panic. After all, there are too many things in Dover's hands. The feeling that this kind of thing is not under his control, Dover does not want to have it for a moment. Lin Tian looked at Dover and said, I have the power of a black hole. A black hole can eat everything, including light. Therefore, isn't it normal to swallow your big move? At this time, Doflamingo was out of breath. After all, he used all his best and tried his best, but he did not cause any harm to Lin Tian, which made him completely unable to believe it. No. How could the gap in strength be so huge? Doflamingo believes in his own strength, even if it is not much worse than Lin Tian. Until now, Doflamingo still feels that it should not be the case. Lin Tian looked at the furious Doflamingo and said, Dover, there are not many people who awaken the devil fruit. You are one of them. In the 7 martial seas, you are also considered powerful, but when you meet me, you can only lose. If your strength is at the top of the Kiwahai, which is equivalent to the strength of the Emperor's deputy, there is also a general above the general, and Kaido above the general is the strength of the 4th Emperor. I am even better than the 4th Emperor. A high king level, and it's the existence at the top of the king level. Lin Tian continued. Therefore, our strength is hardly at the same level. Doflamingo also showed cold sweat on his face. Dover knows how strong Kaido is, but the person in front of him actually said that he is 1 level stronger than the 4 emperors, and at what level it surpasses the 4 emperors, there is only one piece. Humph. Nonsense. Although he didn't admit it, Dover's heart had begun to lose ground. Lin Tian looked at Doflamingo, who was duplicating but delaying time, and asked with a smile, Dover, what are you waiting for? Forever for Flynn. What can I wait for? But even if you drag me here, I still have a family. Will your companions be safe and sound? Doflamingo suddenly said with a smile. Lin Tian shook his head and said, Dover, you can't even control your own life at this time, let alone a member of your family. I know what you were waiting for. We knew from the beginning that you did not abdicate. Lin Tian looked at Dover, who was shocked, and said, I knew from the beginning that you were a celestial dragon. You think that we are in your plan from beginning to end, but that's not the case. Lin Tian said calmly. Lin Tian is not strong, even his brain is terrifying. Luo also walked out from the side and said, and many loopholes in your plan have been exploited by us. From the beginning, the dark fruits fight was your trap to hold me down, but you didn't count. I have the ability to teleport, and in the team that traded for Caesar, you didn't expect that the former General Green Pheasant would be a crew member on my boat. The Green Pheasant dragged Fujitora, and you were attracted by Luo. Our Reaper stayed behind the encirclement of the team. Xiao Ba said. You miscalculated the strength of our ship, so you sent Korra of the Toripal army to attack the left-behind squad, but failed instead. This gave Xiao Ba a chance to rescue Luo and seize Caesar again. You were flew here by Xiao Ba, immediately. In fact, defending the Devil Fruit Factory, the Don Quixote family cadres locked up all the strongholds one after another, but they did not expect to encounter them suddenly. Nai had to head with me, but found that our strength is worlds apart, so, then I am going to call out the Admiral Huang Yuan, who is hiding in dress, to hold me, and then you take Luo, and then Caesar, and leave the rest to me, right? Lin Tian explained Doflamingo's idea. Doflamingo was also shocked. He broke into a cold sweat and asked, why? You know my plan so well, this is impossible. Lin Tian shook his head and said, don't you know that seeing and domineering can predict the future? Kata Curry among the thieves can predict the short-term future, and I can predict the longer future. Your plan is nothing from the beginning. Meaningless. If you guessed it correctly, Huang Yuan is also ready to come. Lin Tian said indifferently, Little 8, attack Pika as planned. Lin Tian ordered. Xiao Ba flew to the King's Heights where the palace was located. At the same time, a large number of onlookers gathered around, but at this moment they pointed to Lin Tian. Forever for Flynn. What's the use of being strong? The people are still on my side. Doflamingo said triumphantly. Lin Tian slapped Dover once again. Sorry, Dover, if you guessed correctly, my crew member Perona is already fighting against Sugar. If the plan is being implemented, Xinul will also fight. Luobin started fighting. Dover was shocked when he heard this. Don't be surprised, your important subordinate Diamante was easily shot down by me. My other partner, Guina, will naturally choose Toripal as the enemy. The 8th just now also attacked Pika according to the plan. Your 3 senior cadres estimate that the odds of winning are very slim. Lloyd versus Buffalo, Ain versus Garadius, Espana versus Rao and Delinger, Nozagao versus Mabes, the Admiral Fugitor and Kuzan. You count on there will be no results for a while. Unexpectedly, Dover kicked the iron plate down this time. You arranged everything so finely, Lin Tian. What is the purpose of the two of you? Dover looked at Luo and Lin Tian and questioned. Lin Tian smiled and replied. It was a matter of course that Luo and I joined forces. My task is to overthrow Don Quixote's rule, and the most important thing is to kill you. Luo also replied, you miscalculated this time. Forever, we don't have the power of the yellow ape. If the yellow ape can hold Lin Tian, then as long as Luo is in my hands, I have a chance to come back. Dover still said unwillingly. Moreover, my subordinates are all good, how can your crew beat them? Lin Tian stopped talking after listening, and Luo looked at Dover with an idiot's eyes. Neonzai once got along, let me tell you. No one on Lin Tian's ship is as strong as the 3 major disasters or the desert 4 stars, and the weakest is also the Kiwu sea level of the same level as me. In other words, 9 are companions, and 8 are all Emperor deputy ranks. If you want to destroy a 4 Emperor force, it is easy to do. Dover did not doubt his ears, nor did he doubt whether Rude was true or false. When will Huang Yuan appear and take Luo as a hostage? This is one of the few things I can do. Lin Tian let Dover delay the time. In the end, Lin Tian didn't anger Dover with a word. Doflamingo, forgot to tell you, don't you know Sabo from the Revolutionary Army? He has dragged Huang Yuan, your last hope has come to nothing. Doflamingo's face changed completely, not because Huang Yuan was dragged by Sabo, but because he suddenly felt something different around him. After a while, Doflamingo felt the difference. In between, Doflamingo's veins violent, and he was extremely angry. If that's the case, then go to death. As soon as Doflamingo's voice fell, the birdcage began to shrink faster. At the same time, All phone bug signals were blocked. Whether it is the Navy or Lin Tian, even Dressrosa, I will destroy it. Doflamingo has fallen into a state of madness. Lin Tian is still not insulted, and he already understands the changes around him. It turned out that the surrounding toys had all become humans. It seems that Perona has defeated Sugar, so the toy can be transformed back into a human, that is to say, those humans who have lost their memory also remember it, because the memory of the childlike fruit disappeared. It is not too much to blame for Flamingo to be angry with this to the extent. It turns out that things are completely out of control. Lin Tian looked at Luo and looked at Doflamingo, who was furious. Next, it's time to end you, Lin Tian said. At the same time, Perona was indeed defeated. The Sugar with childlike fruits, although it encountered toy troops, was not very troublesome from beginning to end. Perona just summoned dozens of negative ghosts, and then directly resolved the battle. This kind of spiritual attack can be said to be the nemesis of the fruit ability of touching the entity. Perona's defeat of Sugar was an important turning point in this battle, and he gave Dressrosa a shot. All the forces hidden in Dressrosa also stood up. The Navy, the pirates, the Don Quixote troops, the Revolutionary Army, and the aboriginals of the Tuntata clan who rebelled against Dover at the same time began a great melee. The Navy and Don Quixote forces are in the same camp, while the Little Humans, the Revolutionary Army, the pirates, and the aborigines are in the same camp. Diamante in Don Quixote has been defeated by Lin Tian, and Toripel was also dragged by Guina at a critical moment. Pika sensed Xiao Ba's breath. Immediately, he controlled his huge body and launched an attack on Xiao Ba. Nuoki Gomak Bays. Esbaku fights Rao and Delinger. Ain fights Garadius. Freud fights Buffalo in Kuzan continues to constrain Fujitora. When Admiral Huang Yuan was also preparing to help Doflamingo, he was entangled by Sabo and couldn't get out. After the toys turned into human beings, they also thought of Dover's conspiracy, and complained to the residents of Dressrosa. Rebecca and Cyrus also met again in tears. Since then, the royal family of Sao Violet, King Liku waiting naturally provides some invisible help to help the anti-navy and the Dover alliance. At this time, there was a melee throughout Dressrosa. If people with good eyesight see the current situation, the results in their hearts are already obvious. That is, Doflamingo and the Navy can't last long. Sure enough, Lin Tian's imperial and deputy-level partner eliminated the cadres of the Don Quixote family in less than 5 minutes. The entire Don Quixote force seemed to be uprooted, and both the family soldiers and the Navy felt like they were at the end of the day. It's terrible. It seems that the Navy and Kiwahai are over. Huang Yuan looked at Sabo and said, I hate it. The Revolutionary Army. Even if you win, you can't stop Doflamingo. Don't think about it. How to escape? Huh. You don't need to worry about this, we have Master Lin Tian. Sabo said confidently. The reason why he is so confident is because Sabo knows Lin Tian's terrifying record and strength, and Meng Qilong has repeatedly emphasized that all matters can be left to Lin Tian to sit back and relax. It's really annoying. Then we have to continue the battle. Huang Yuan attacked Sabo with a kick at the speed of light. Dragon Claw. Sabo quickly fought with Huang Yuan, who used the speed of light kick. At this time, Lin Tian and Luo Zi continued to stare at Dover in front of them. Pay your life. Luo rushed towards Doflamingo. Gamma Knife. Luo also didn't underestimate Doflamingo, who has little physical strength, but he burst out with all his strength and attacked Doflamingo as soon as he shot. Although Doflamingo doesn't have much physical strength, he has reached the Imperial Deputy rank anyway, and he is still not defeated against the generals, let alone the 7 Wuhai rank Luo, 5 color line. Doflamingo and Luo Zan are together, and Luo fighting with all his strength against Doflamingo, who is not physically strong, can hardly win for a while. It is conceivable how difficult Doflamingo's strength is. Super Strike Whip. Dover's attack became more and more fierce, but Luo was also more and more courageous in the battle, and the Gamma Knife eventually hit Doflamingo's heart. Finally dead. Luo excitedly said, Corazon, your great vengeance will be avenged. Doflamingo smiled and said, Luo, that's great. Then he fell directly, but there was no sound in the system that Doflamingo had been killed. Lin Tian also noticed Doflamingo's breath with his domineering look. This guy's heart is being sutured with the power of thread and fruit. No accident, it will recover in a while. Luo is still not cautious. Turning around, it is estimated that he will be attacked by Doflamingo. Therefore, Lin Tian walked step by step in front of Doflamingo and said, It's really not your style to pretend to be dead. Die. Lin Tian directly smashed his punch down, and Brother Doflaming was shocked, but his whole body was already unable to move, because Lin Tian had already locked Dover's actions with the fruit of gravity. Boom. Dover was killed directly by Lin Tian. At the same time, Lin Tian's partners also dealt with the cadres of the Don Quixote family one by one, and Don Quixote's army was easily annihilated. The Navy learned of Doflamingo's conspiracy from the people in the royal family, so it finally decided not to do anything against Dressrosa. Although Don Quixote de Flamenco was killed, the birdcage was not over. As a result, everyone was trapped in Dressrosa and couldn't get out. It's up to now, you still have to look at me. Lin Tian flew directly above the birdcage, and then also urged the power of the stellar fruit to increase the surrounding temperature extremely quickly. After a while, the line of the Kung Fu birdcage had begun to melt. After a while, the temperature had reached a very high level, and the line of the birdcage was eventually burned by Lin Tian. It seems that the crisis has been resolved, and the old man has to go to meet his teammates and give you a gift. Before Fugitor left, he did not forget to summon a meteorite with headaches to Kuzan. Breaking mouth. Kuzan also directly released a big move, cutting the meteorite in the sky into two halves. Really, this Fujitora is really troublesome. Kuzan looked at Dares Rosa and said to himself, it seems that this battle is over. I really don't feel involved. Fujitor's retreat marked the retreat of naval forces. In the end, the yellow ape that Sabo was fighting had to leave Dressrosa on a warship. Don't chase anymore. Fujitora and yellow ape are not something we can deal with. Sabo also prevented the revolutionary army from pursuing victory. Doflamingo is defeated, he is Kiwahai. Countless residents of Dressrosa also received this news one after another. Lin Tian, as well as all the partners on the ship, also directly tied the cadres of the Don Quixote family who were fighting with him. In less than 2 hours, such a major incident occurred in Dressrosa, but due to the birdcage, the phone worm signal was blocked. Now the birdcage is lifted, and the reporters lurking in Dressrosa finally reported the situation to his own newspaper. But Lin Tian and the group entered the King's Heights. Thank you, Grim Reaper. Rebecca was also grateful when she looked at Lin Tian. If it weren't for Lin Tian, she didn't know how long Doflamingo's rule would last. You're welcome, Rebecca, I just did what I promised you. Lin Tian immediately turned his head and looked at Cyrus. Your Excellency Lin Tian. Thank you. Without you, I would not have become a human being, and Rebecca would not think of me. Cyrus also expressed his gratitude to Lin Tian again, and then looked at Rebecca with tears streaming down his face. Seeing that the villain was killed in the conspiracy found through, Lin Tian couldn't mention how refreshed he was. King Liku also looked at Lin Tian. His gratitude could not be described in words, and finally he knelt down on one knee and said to Lin Tian, thank you for saving this country. Lin Tian shook his head and said, with a little effort, I'm just doing what I should do. Don Quixote family cadres, you can return it to the Navy. I don't think they will end well after years of conspiracy. Of course you will still be sheltered by the Navy. Lin Tian said. After seeing through Dover's conspiracy, and Lin Tian narrated the original story many years ago. Finally, with the unanimous approval of everyone, King Liku regained the rule of Dressrosa. Lin Tian also received a lot of rewards for awakening points and luck points, and the most important thing is that the side quests of the level are completed. However, just when Lin Tian happily wanted to take a look at his prize, a group of pirates came out. When Lin Tian saw it, they were all acquaintances. Countless strong men including Green Pepper, Bartolomeo, Cavendish, One Punch Army Master, Giant Helding, and Murloc Haku, all rushed to Lin Tian. Lin Tian looked at this group of people and asked, everyone, what's the matter? Who would have thought that everyone would kneel on one knee and say, Lin Tian, the god of death, please let us join you. The strength of the 5th emperor is really terrifying. You are our savior. The 5 emperors are all powerful. Even if we don't let us board the ship, they can still accept us as little brothers. These pirates are not weak, but if you want to get all of them on the ship, it is still not good. Lin Tian spent 50 billion Baileys to build a ship, not because of the large area of the ship, but because all the equipment on the ship is the world's top, and the Reaper is also called the second Hades, which means the world. The only surviving ancient weapon with the power of Pluto. Therefore, it is impossible for Lin Tian to let this group of excited pirates join him. But looking at the positive eyes of the pirates in front of him, Lin Tian couldn't bear it. After all, Straw Hat Luffy was united with them. There is no reason why Lin Tian could not swallow such a strong strength. The other 4 emperors have their own forces. The base area has 160 people on board the Whitebeard pirates, divided into 16 divisions. Each team has a strong captain, and the world has at least tens of thousands. Shanks has unclear information, and Kaido owns more than tens of thousands of people in the country of Wano, the disaster on the Ghost Island and the Black Charcoal Snake. Lin Tian thought for a while. If that's the case, why can't I build my own power? After thinking about it, there are quite a few of his associates at the deputy level of the Emperor of Light, and Lin Tian also has the idea of forming his own power. Looking at the person in front of him, Lin Tian's heart surged. In that case, I will allow you to join. As soon as Lin Tian's words fell, the pirates boiled. Oh my god. We have also become the power of the 5 emperors, great. Among the 5 emperors, death is the strongest. Countless pirates began to shout and cheer one after another. Come on. Let's have this big glass of wine together. Think of it as joining the death pirates. Lin Tian also directly asked King Liku to prepare countless bowls and wines. I am the first. Lin Tian was the first to drink, and then his friends drank one after another. Kuzan arrived in time and drank all the wine in his hand. Next. It's me. Cavendish is a representative. The handsome pirate group also joined the death pirate group. Senior. Don't forget me. Bartolomeo also drank the wine directly, and then all the Bardo Club joined the death pirates. 8 treasure marines. Listen to your dispatch. Ching Zhao and Kai spoke directly, and the 3 brothers 3 represented the entire 8 treasure marine army and joined the death pirates. Fighting together. Join. Edio also drank alcohol. I represent the Dongtada clan. Join the death pirates. The little human Leo also drank all the wine in one breath. On behalf of the giant pirates of Elbaf, I join you. Helding also easily drank the wine in a large bowl in his hand. I'm joining you on behalf of Hoda Maria Otto. After the district Sarumbus finished speaking, he also drank the wine in one fell swoop. After drinking the wine, Lin Tian sensed that there were about 560 people in the death pirate group. Although there was no way to compare with the number of Ant Kaido, all of them were sea pirates, and they were stronger than Ant Kaido and Kaido. The soldiers are much stronger. After leaving each other's phone worm and life paper, Lin Tian released his first mission. People have always called me the 5 emperors, and today, in Dressrosa, I officially announced that I am Lin Tian, one of the 5 emperors. And death is my title, and the Death Pirates group is officially established today. The first task, listen up, everyone. It is to train all of your subordinates to become elites and find me. Lin Tian's next stop is Zuao. After all, there are Luo's companions in history on Zuao. Lin Tian gave the first task to the pirates, and also set the principle of absorbing the number of people for the pirates, which is to only recruit the elite. There are still many elites in the hometown of the pirates, who did not come together, and Lin Tian's meaning is very clear, which is to absorb the elites, expand their strength, form the strongest force, and dominate the new world. The final task is to go to Lovelu, but the necessary thing before that is to get the landmark history in the hands of the 4 emperors. To fight against the 4 emperors, in order to eliminate the roots, it is inevitable that a large number of generals and army will be needed. This is why Lin Tian wants to absorb this power. Everyone, I give you 1 year to prepare and bring the elite of my own forces to me. I will not leave this year. After Lin Tian finished speaking, he also sent away the large group of pirates. At this time, Lin Tian had time to talk to his system. System, are you there? Hello host. I am here. You and your partner have defeated all the cadres of the Don Quixote family. Most of these cadres have fruit abilities, but they have detected that the fruit level is low, and they have all been exchanged for you. Awakening points. Another thread fruit, do you need it? The system asked. No, help me exchange it into awakening points. Lin Tian also directly exchanged the line fruit into awakening points. Your current luck value has reached 625 points. The devil fruit awakening points have just reached 600 points. The system prompts. May I ask if you want to redeem or merge the fruit ability card? The system asked. Lin Tian thought for a while, looked at the devil fruit mall, and really found a fruit with a redemption point as high as 50 points. Slow fruit exchange actually requires 50 awakening points. Why is this? Lin Tian asked the system. Hello host, the slow fruit is too bad, so the awakening point is set to 50. But the fruit of slowness is not the superhuman ability of the silver fox, it will be very strong after awakening. Lin Tian was a little skeptical, but Lin Tian finally chose to exchange it. Slow fruit exchange. The awakening points were therefore deducted. Give me the ultimate awakening directly. Speak directly to the system. Okay. The first awakening is 5 o'clock, the second awakening is 10 o'clock, 20 o'clock. You have completed the ultimate awakening. The slow fruit evolves successfully, and it evolves into a fruit. Wait. The fruit of time is not the fruit of Mrs. Shi of the Guangyue family, is it the same as this one? Lin Tian asked. No, the host, Mrs. Shi's fruit ability is called space-time fruit to be precise, because at the same time and space, he has traveled to the future of the same space, and the relationship between your time fruit and space is not great, just in the same time dimension, you slow down other people's time. The system explained. Lin Tian understood when he heard this. The time fruit of Mrs. Guangyue can only travel to the future, not back to the past. Does it mean that the fruit ability actually affects the flow of time around the world? No, yes, the host, if it only accelerates the flow of time in the world, then Madame Guangyue herself will also be affected. At the time, Madame Guangyu's fruit ability is to jump in the same space in two different time nodes, which is equivalent because of crossing. I said that it is more appropriate to call it the fruit of time. After systematically explaining for a long time, Lin Tiankai understood the difference between his own time fruit and Mrs. Guangyu's fruit. Then what abilities do my fruits have after they evolve? Lin Tian asked. Host, you should be able to feel that the first time you awaken, the speed and distance of the dull light have been greatly improved, and the second time you awaken, the dull light affects the surrounding space, and you can even achieve a single idea. Slow down the time flow of something around you. And the ultimate awakening directly gives you the absolute right to control the time within a certain range around you. What does the absolute right to use time mean? That is, you can control the time fringe around you, and you can make people or objects within a certain range, extremely fast or extremely slow. Of course, you can control who is affected and who is not affected by seeing and hearing. Then I am invincible. When I meet the 4 emperors, in a time domain, all the people around me can't move, just kill them directly. The system continues to explain. To be precise, the host can only control a circular space with a diameter of 2 meters. If the enemy fights you closely, you will receive your time control, but if the enemy uses long-range combat, it may be impossible to use time control to make an effective counterattack. And there are restrictions. If you use the time ray, there is no problem. You can make the other party slow or fast. You can control it at will within 5 minutes, but if you use the time domain to protect yourself, it will be extremely physical. You currently use it once. The interval is 5 seconds 5. In a word, the life-saving use Lin Tian also said silently. Well, it seems to have become not very useful, but it is still against the sky. The enemy is close to me and directly slows down countless times. As long as it touches, I can control his time flow in the circle. Yes. Overlord. As long as the enemy touches or is in your domain, you can control his time flow. Even if he leaves the time circle again, he will continue to be frozen by time, but the space domain can only be maintained at a time. In a short time, and there is a use interval. Do you fully understand? The system was afraid that Lin Tian didn't understand it, so he explained it to Lin Tian again. In the end, Lin Tian smiled again. That's pretty awesome. By the way, I have completed 3 missions in total, right? That. What is the mysterious reward that can be unlocked now? Lin Tian asked. Congratulations to the host. It is detected that your 3 tasks have been completed, and now we will unveil the mysterious reward for you. The system was silent for a while, and finally said again, congratulations to the host. The mysterious reward is the power of the Sea King. You have completed 3 missions. Therefore, you have gained the power to talk to the Sea Kings and control and command the ancient weapons of the Sea Kings. Really powerful. You already have the 2 ancient weapons of Pluton and Poseidon, the power of weapons. The 3 ancient weapons, you are only short of the power of Uranus, the king. The system also said admiringly. Lin Tian feels something in his brain. He seems to have a wonderful language ability. Lin Tian knows that it is the ability to talk to Neptunes. Lin Tian couldn't bear the excitement in his heart. The Pluto cannons are so strong, and the power of the Sea King is naturally not to be underestimated. I am really lucky. Lin Tian was also very excited. Now that the rewards have been redeemed, then you need to leave Dressrosa. Lin Tian thought. Liku King Julius Rebecca and the Dongtada family held a grand farewell banquet for Lin Tian and his group. Listening to flamenco music, watching the graceful woman, dancing under the music, eating Dressrosa's food is indescribably wonderful. In the end, Lin Tian and his party and Trafalgaro boarded the Death and drove towards Zhou. However, at this time, the new Marin Vatican came, and the fury of the Red Dog. What? Let Lin Tian escape again? Aquino looked at Huang Yuan and Fujitora angrily and didn't know what to say. This time we didn't have a good time. Lin Tian also made plans early. The most important thing is that the gangsters of the Revolutionary Army have come. After this time, Lin Tian has plump wings. I am afraid that it will be next. In the battle against the four emperors, I think we can take advantage of the situation and see if we can take advantage of it. Huang Yuan suggested. I hope next time, I won't let me hear bad news again. The Red Dog once again raised Lin Tian and his group's reward by 100 million. And the major newspapers around the world have published various news, but the storm that swept the world is undoubtedly Lin Tian. Another Kiwahai fell, and the god of death killed Doflamingo. There was a huge shock in the world, and the king of the underground world was killed. Kaido's wings are removed. Where will the four emperors go from now on? Lin Tian killed Doflamingo and officially declared war on the four emperor Kaido. Various similar news swept the world, and Lin Tian on the death god also knew that he had once again become the focus of the world. Lin Tian is headed. Will you be a little ostentatious? Luo asked. Not at all, we are the five emperors now, Dover is just Kiwahai. Perona also complained. However, even I didn't expect that Doflamingo was actually there. There are so many conspiracies under the nose of the Navy and the world government. Kuzan also said. Some things must be withdrawn from the Navy before they can be seen. Ain also thought of his teacher and said. In any case, the first step of our plan has been achieved. Esbagu said confidently. Yes, next, I will meet with Luo's friends. Freud said while sipping his coffee. I hope there is someone who can be my opponent. Guina also said eagerly. I'm cooking for everyone. Xiao Ba also entered the kitchen, not knowing what kind of food he was cooking. Lin Tian, is there really history on Zhao Island? Robin also asked happily. Yes. Next, our goal is Zhuao. Lin Tian replied. It seems that we will reach the next place soon. Nuokagao said while controlling the direction of the ship. I talked and laughed all the way, and finally Nuokagao saw a mountain. It seems that we are about to arrive at Zhou. Lin Tian also said. There is Zhou Island, let's get closer. Luo holding the life card also confirmed that his partner is in that direction. It is said that Zhou Island relied on dense fog and ocean currents to prevent invasion. Luo said. It's also headwind, so put the sail away and use it. The gas turbine will drive the ship forward. Nuokagao said. Then the Reaper steadily moved towards Zhou Island. The fog gradually thickened, making it impossible for everyone to see the road around them, and finally everyone reached the side of Zhuao. There is such a big island. Perona was also stunned. This is not an island. This is an elephant. Look carefully. Lin Tian said. God, it's really an elephant. Perona was also surprised that her eyes were about to fall off. Zhou is the name of the prosperous land on the back of this giant elephant. Luo explained. Moreover, it is always moving. It is a dream island with no fixed location. Because it is not land, it cannot be reached by recording pointers. To find the location of Zhou, you must have a partner on Zhou Island and use life paper. Positioning, we have been running after this elephant. Robin also sighed. Yes, get ready to log in soon. Luo then asked Lin Tiandao. I heard that there are races on Zhou Island that hate outsiders. Freud was very knowledgeable, he said. Yes, it's the fur people. They don't let outsiders come close. It is said that this country has a history of nearly 1,000 years. Did this elephant live for thousands of years? Perona asked. No one answered Perona, but there is no doubt that this is an elephant that has lived for thousands of years. At this time, it is still walking forward step by step. Because of the elephant's movement, the surrounding seawater instantly shook. Attention, big guy. We are going to Zhuao. Lin Tian couldn't teleport the whole ship up, so he urged the gravity fruit to drag the Reaper into the air, and the ship floated up steadily, and in a short while, he could see the sea from the ship. Soon after, the Death God also lightly landed on Zhou Island. Lin Tian fixed the Death God, and then he and his friends set out to the depths. Oncoming is the gate of the country, and around the gate there are observatories and walls used to resist foreign enemies. Civilization on the back of the elephant. Lin Tian did not stop, and continued to walk inward with his friends. It was only at this time that something abnormal was discovered. Zhou seems to have been attacked without any defensive personnel. Luo also said puzzledly. The door seems to be pried open, and it seems that someone has gotten up first. Freud said. Brother Luo, is your partner in danger? Kuzan asked. Luo looked at the life paper and found that he was still moving to the depths of Zuowu, and Luo heaved a sigh of relief. It seems that there is no danger for the time being. Luo replied. Then let's go ahead, it won't help to stay here. Robin said. Go on, there is no one here for the time being. Lin Tian said, and then he and his friends continued to move forward. Walking to the vicinity of the town, Lin Tian suddenly said to be careful. The Fur clan surrounded Lin Tian and his group in Tuan Tuan. Fur tribe? Luo said. Isn't it a cannibal? Robin said. Don't say such scary words. Perona was also a little timid. The Fur race did not launch an attack, and Lin Tian spoke up. Friends of the Fur clan, don't be nervous. Lin Tian's words eased the atmosphere a bit. Lin Tian continued. Although it is not good to come uninvited, there is a Fur clan companion among our partners, so we came here just to find him. The Fur clan is still indifferent, one by one, they are highly concentrated and a little nervous. Duke Enulin and the boss of the Cat Viper, I also know. If you don't believe me, you can take me alone and just ask. Lin Tian also lied directly. Now the Fur people really let go of their guards, and most people really don't know the names of the Cat Viper and the Duke and Yoran. In that case, come with us. Then Lin Tian followed a soldier from the Fur clan. There are too many of you. I'm just staying here for the time being. I'm sorry, because it's still uncertain whether you are friends or enemies. To be on the safe side, we can also let our soldiers protect you. After the Fur clan finished speaking, he started to stand guard beside Lin Tian and his party. However, as soon as he was about to go together, he suddenly heard a rumbling. The Fur clan quickly discovered the dispute. From Crowdu onward, there have been disputes in the Whale Forest. The Fur clan can't take care of Lin Tian and his group anymore. Can I trust you? The Fur clan asked. Rest assured, we are friends and not enemies. Lin Tian said affirmatively. Well, in that case, you can fight against foreign enemies with us. In the end, the Fur clan didn't care about so much, and Lin Tian and his team rushed to the Whale Forest. The Fur clan drove very fast. They all rode crocodiles, and Lin Tian and his party also arrived near the Whale Forest. However, unfortunately, Lin Tian saw a familiar face being destroyed everywhere, and the Fur race had no way to defeat him. The man is tall and strong, with a ponytail and 2 braids, a metal jaw on his mouth, and 2 ivory-like decorations on his head and shoulders. Old acquaintance. Isn't this Jack Drought? Lin Tian couldn't help but want to laugh. I encountered this man in the terrifying 3-masted sailing ship before, but I don't remember it very clearly. I finally shot him down in the water. Breathe, let him escape for a while. Lin Tian also looked at Jack and thought. As this Drought Jack, one of the 3 disasters of Kaido, the beast. Kuzan also recognized Jack. Same as the Emperor Vice level, do you want to fight him? Lin Tian also asked the friends around him. Before answering, Drought Jack had already noticed Lin Tian. You are Death God Lin Tian, Jack said in shock. It's been a long time since I saw you, Jack, I didn't expect to survive the last time. My life is really big. Lin Tian sighed. No, everyone, give up the offense and retreat quickly. Jack turned around and ran away. The Fur Knights who fought against Jack also turned their heads and focused on Lin Tian. Jack was scared off seeing this. Who is this person? It looks like a friend but not an enemy. The knights are ready to chase Jack. But Lin Tian was faster, and said, Did I let you go? With a wave of his hand, the defensive barrier blocked Jack's escape route. No matter how hard Jack exerts, there is no way to destroy this defensive barrier. What the hell is this? Jack was angrily and directly transformed into a mammoth, but the defensive power of the defensive fruit was able to prevent Lin Tian's 5 times the strongest attack, and Jack's attack was far behind. Don't worry, you can't destroy the defensive barrier. If you come, don't worry about leaving. Lin Tian said. What do you want? Jack found that he really couldn't escape. This time he was a little smarter. He didn't directly attack Lin Tian, but asked first. Well, don't think so. What is your purpose in coming to Zuao? Lin Tian asked. I don't know, Jack said. If you don't know, then you will die. Lin Tian said casually, but Jack was taken aback. Lin Tian looked at Jack in horror and guessed. If you guessed correctly, you should have received Kaido's mission to capture Zou or find the ninja Lizu hiding in Zou or what Guangyue clan or something. Jack was shocked. The information of the Guangyue clan and so on was highly classified, and he did not expect Lin Tian to be able to guess 7 or 8 afterwards. How can you know so much? Jack asked. You don't understand who is asking who the question is. Lin Tian showed his iconic smile again, making Jack a little guilty. Looking at Jack's appearance, Lin Tian had already guessed almost, so this time he didn't plan to let Jack go. After all, the ant and Kaido are definitely enemies, and they don't need to be merciful to the enemy. Don't worry, Jack, I will not take action. As long as you can beat my men, I will let you go. Really? Jack asked in surprise. Really? Lin Tian directly opened his hand gently, and Jack's men were all killed by thunder in an instant. Jack immediately, fearful and unable to move. They have to die, they are weak and useless. What they said just now still counts. After Lin Tian finished speaking, he looked at his partner. Kuzan used to be a general. Fighting against you was too bullying. Both Guina and Xiaoba have general-level forces. Ain has just joined, and it is unfair to our side. Otherwise, let's do it. We have a small girl, if you can beat her, I will let you go. Lin Tian then looked at Nuokagao. Nuoki pointed to herself and said, Big brother, you say me. Lin Tian nodded and said, Nuokagao, you don't always know what your strength is, then use Jack to try it. Jack was a little angry, but when he saw Nuokagao, he still felt a little aftermath. This little girl looks very weak. It seems that I have a chance to live this time. Jack said self-righteously. Okay. When will it start? Lin Tian also smiled and said, I'll create a room for you. After all, Lin Tian directly used the defensive fruit to create a transparent barrier room. Well, Nuokagao, you can go in. Jack, I always speak, but don't underestimate anyone on our boat. Even Nuokagao may kill you directly. Huh. How could it be? I don't believe it, Lin Tian, your little girl can still dig out. What kind of waves are coming? As the 5 emperors, this guy should not be able to speak but count, so many people are watching, I don't think he will fall back on his account. Go. Drought hit Jack immediately. Step by step, he walked in, the small duel room built by Lin Tian. Nuokagao, come on, you just need to play normally. After Lin Tian ordered, Nuokagao also walked into the duel room step by step. Nuokagao fiddled with her, twitched her blue hair, and looked at Jack like an enemy. Haha. What the hell did the god of death think of using this little bit in front of me to fight against me? Isn't it just looking for death? The more flustered Jack looked at Nuokagao, the more confident he became. Jack and Nuokagao finally confronted each other. Start fighting. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, Jack rushed towards Nuokagao. Such a kid, I can be killed in an instant. Jack rushed towards Nuokagao, and Nuokagao also faced it squarely. Seeing and smelling domineering, Nuokagao saw and heard the color turned on. Looking at Jack who was flying in, Nuokagao was just a sideways dodge, and Jack's huge body hit the defensive wall. It hurts. It hurts. This little one is pretty flexible if you don't see it. Jack thought. Boy, your luck is very good, I don't believe you can avoid it every time. Jack roared at Nuoki, and then rushed towards Nuoki again. Nuokagao, who has opened up the experience of seeing and hearing, is naturally very clear about Jack's purpose. It seems that you still have to hit me with your body. Nuokagao didn't fight back, and once again avoided Jack's collision attack with his flexible posture. Jack bumped into the defensive wall one after another, and his whole body was aching. This guy. Foreseeing my attack. Could it be that she has a domineering look? Jack was also a little shocked, but fortunately he was not very stupid, he could be regarded as discovering Nuokigao's advantage. In this case, I will use a trick, even if she can predict but can't avoid the attack. Jack was also cruel, and then his ability to directly spur his devil fruit transformed into a huge mammoth. Also transformed into an elephant. Nuokagao was also surprised. Go to hell. Jack directly waved his trunk and threw it at Nuokagao. Nuokagao didn't have time to dodge, so she had to transform into elements and turn into sand. Nature. Jack was also a little stunned, only then did he understand Lin Tian's meaning. No wonder she is so confident in her, she turns out to be a natural ability person, but it's useless, but I killed a lot of natural ability people. Armed color hardened. Jack's trunk was also covered with a black armed color, and once again he carried a huge force to Nuoji. It seems that I can't escape, then try, sandstorm. A desert tornado instantly formed in Nuochigao's hand and then threw it towards Drought Jack. Ceylon tornado. Jack unexpectedly chose to resist the tornado and attacked. Sandblade. Nuoki sees that Jack is not retreating, and it is a big move to attack Jack. The predecessor of Sandblade is Dal's Desert Diamond Sword. It has a strong cutting ability and can cut a very thick rock wall. What's more, Jack's drought. Jack may be very confident in his own defenses. He chose to retreat, and in the end, Drought Jack's nose hit Nuokagao, and of course Nuokagao also used armed defense. Although Nuokagao was knocked into the air, his body was not seriously injured due to the coverage of the armed color, but Jack was different. He was too confident and too careless, and too despised Nuokagao, so he directly carried the Blade of Sand's attack. The sandstorm directly damaged Jack's skin, and the sand blade directly smashed Jack into serious injuries. As the drought-stricken Jack of the three major disasters, he did not expect that he would be injured by a blue-haired little girl. Humph. Impossible. This is impossible. Jack still didn't believe what was happening in front of him, and Jack once again chose to attack Nuohigo. Because on the elephant's back, Nuokagao did not use the attack to absorb moisture, but Jack in front of him had obviously lost his sense of measure. Nuokagao watched Jack also used his strongest attack. Blade of Diamond Sand. Nuochigao's hands were transformed into four big sand blades. It is said that they can cut anything apart, and they are stronger than the sand blade just now. This time, the Drought Jack was more serious than just now. He desperately urged the armed and domineering, and then he directly used his own big move. Pouting Jia Niu chaotically chopping hatchets. Jack turned into a human form and took out his shortle knife to confront Nozagao's diamond sandblade. It's a pity that the scope of Nuochigao's move is too large. Jack can't hide and defend at all. Even if he uses his strongest sword technique, it will not help. When Jack rushed in front of Nuokagao, he couldn't control his body and fell. Ahem. I'm actually here. Jack finally died of the drought here. Lin Tian received a prompt from the system to kill Drought Jack. Lin Tian took away the defensive barrier, and then Freud stepped forward and began to treat Nuokagao. It can be said that this battle officially marked that Lin Tian's partners were firmly at the level of the Emperor's deputy. Big brother, I'm sorry that the battle should have ended sooner, but on the elephant's back, many attacks will affect the elephant master. Nuokagao said embarrassedly. Lin Tian touched Nuochigao's head and said, "It doesn't matter, Nuokagao, you have done very well. With such strength, I can rest assured that you will return to the East China Sea." What to return to the East China Sea? Nuokagao was excited and frightened. Big brother, what do you mean? Nuoji asked. Hi. It's not interesting. Don't think too much. Next, we will fight with Kaido and Andy. Before that, we need to prepare and increase our strength for more than a year. Therefore, you should fall back and relax. When the dust settles, you can go back to see Belle-Mer and Nami. Remember to come back. Lin Tian said indifferently. Big brother, you are so kind. Nuokagao also did not expect to defeat Jack and win a reward such as Lin Tian. The Fur Clan Knight was stunned beside him. Everyone, you defeated Jack. Thank you, but who are you? Asked the members of the Knight. They are friends and not enemies, and it can be seen that they have no intention of harming the Lord and us. He also knows those secrets, and he also said that he knows Duke Inulin and the boss of the Cat Viper, so let's take him over. Lin Tian nodded and said, "Thank you, everyone, I have this intention. Let's go together, can we?" Since they killed Jack, they also trusted Lin Tian, so they also said readily, "Yes." Lin Tian was able to head towards the depths of Zuowu together with his friends. Since Zhou had just received Jack's aggression, he was stopped by Lin Tian and his party, so he did not suffer much damage, and the city was still a prosperous scene. Lin Tian and his party were not very lucky, so they sat on the crocodile, only to encounter the elephant master spraying water. As if the height of the flood was about to inundate everyone in an instant, Lin Tian used the fruit of gravity to turn the crocodile into a flying fish. The fur people were shocked. "Don't be afraid, this is my ability, the ability to make people or things fly." Lin Tian had no choice but to comfort him. Thanks to Lin Tian's abilities, the friends passed this section of the forest without any risk. "I'll just follow you. Perona flying in the sky is like sightseeing." "Well, Perona, don't fly too far," Lin Tian said. But after a while, Lin Tian and his group arrived at the stronghold. "That is the gate and the gatekeeper of the stronghold," the Fur Clan said. "By the way, this man, I have a partner named Peebo. I don't know if you have any impressions." Luo asked. The Fur Clan replied, because he is a pirate, he is in charge of the cat and snake boss. Not here, I just want to go there, otherwise I will take you with him. Then trouble you." Then Luo looked at Lin Tian. "Go. Anyway, there is a life paper for each other." Lin Tian said. Robin separated from Lin Tian and went to the boss of the Cat and Viper. Who are you? The guard asked domineeringly. Could it be an intruder in the whale forest? The Fur clan hurriedly explained. No, they are not malicious, but for some reason they didn't ring the welcome bell. They defeated Jack, who even the knights couldn't beat. Open the door and let everyone know. Just say that a distinguished guest is coming. The Fur people still trust Lin Tian and his group very much. What's your name? The gatekeeper asked. Me? My name is Lin Tian, Lin Tian said. What? Lin Tian. You are Lin Tian, who is known as the God of Death. Did you kill Doflamingo's 5th Emperor Lin Tian a few days ago? The gatekeeper also showed a look of worship and excitement. I didn't expect you to be so famous, boss. Xiao Ba also joked. Little brother Lin Tian is the 5 emperors. Kuzan also said. That's really a distinguished guest. The Fur people didn't dare to neglect, and then they hurriedly let Lin Tian and the others enter the stronghold. After entering the stronghold, Lin Tian was a little embarrassed by the enthusiasm of the Fur clan. Kurushio. Welcome, Lin Tian and the group. You beat Jack. Really? Oh my god. There are so many people here. Robin also looked around in surprise. Yes. There are so many fruits, what an enthusiastic islander. Nuokagao said. Will there be any conspiracy? Kuzan asked cautiously. No, maybe people who don't know about other fur tribes will feel scared, but in their eyes, we are just monkey fur tribes with sparse body hair, which is also a kind of fur tribe. It's normal to believe us. Lin Tian explained. Lin Tian and the group received the warm hospitality from the Fur clan, and they all had a beautiful meal. Next, my partner can just stay here. I want to find Duke Inulan and talk about the secrets of the Guangyue clan. Lin Tian also said directly. Okay. The Fur people heard that they believed in Lin Tian more, so they took Lin Tian and set off to the location of Duke Inulan. Finally, Lin Tian was taken to a position outside the bridge and met Sicilian, the captain of the Duke and Yoren's musket team. Sicilian went all out no matter what he did. As a result, he tried his best to thank Lin Tian and made Lin Tian quite speechless. The Duke is waiting for you. Hurry up. Don't linger. Sicilian urged. Lin Tian looked at the sun about to set and knew the reason. Okay. Lin Tian also speeded up and walked into the house where Duke Inulan was. Hello. Lord Inulan, the king of the day of the Principality of Makamo. Lin Tian, the god of death. Duke Inulan looked at Lin Tian and said, Lin Tian, the 5th Emperor of Death, first of all thank you for reaching out and defeating Droughtjack, otherwise my ability is not enough to defeat him. In addition, I heard that you killed Doflamingo, destroyed the Devil Fruit Factory, captured Caesar, and destroyed a lot of Kaido's power. Thank you so much. However, you said that you know me and know some secrets. I may be a little unsure. You can tell me specifically, do you know? Duke Inulan tentatively said. Lin Tian looked at Duke Inulan and said. Duke Inulan, I'm sorry I lied to you, otherwise they might not bring me here. I am here for 2 purposes. You might as well listen to it. Lin Tian also said directly. Tell me the story. My goal is to reach Lavedru. Therefore, I need to seize the history of the landmarks in the hands of the 4 emperors. During this period of time, our combat plan is all directed at one person. 100 Beasts Kaido? Duke Inulan asked definitely. Yes, my goal is Kaido, so you can rest assured that our goal is to defeat Kaido consistently. Lin Tian said. Then how do you know that our opponent is also Kaido? Duke Inulan asked. Lin Tian smiled and said, Kaido occupies the country of He. If you want to destroy the entire power of Kaido, you must start with the country of He from the root. Let the disappeared Guangyue clan re-rule the country of He. This is my task. After the reign of the Guangyue clan is restored, the beast pirates and Kaido will be handed over to us to deal with. This is our first goal. Lin Tianzhang said everything he wanted to do. Of course it wasn't that Lin Tian wanted to say this, but the side mission was released just now. The content of the mission was to restore the rule of the Guangyue clan in the Kingdom of Peace and destroy the entire force of Kaido. Duke Inulan thought about it for about half a minute. He looked at Lin Tian and said, well, although you don't know why you know so much, you can never be Kaido's person. In that case, you are us. Allies. My second purpose is to need some help from you. Lin Tian said. What help? Let me talk about it. Duke Inulan said cheerfully. I want to use Zuo as the core to form the 5th Emperor's power as our base camp. We guarantee the safety here. Building power, Duke Inulan frowned and said, this is the Principality of Makamo, not where you were fighting back and forth. Lin Tian explained. You have also learned about the situation today. As the deputy of the 4 emperors, Jack Drought nearly wiped out the knights guarding the whale forest. The Principality of Makamo is so big, it is also good to be our stronghold in power. Yes, I can guarantee that no one can invade Zhou. Duke Inulin just wanted to say something, who knew he fell asleep. How is this going? Lin Tian asked. The Fur Clan said, it's already 6 o'clock, and I'm a little sleepy when Duke Inulin is going to bed. Then I have to go to the King of Night Cat Viper. Lin Tian was helpless, and then he walked out of the position of Duke Inulin. Seeing and hearing color. In order not to waste time, Lin Tian directly turned on seeing and hearing, and Lin Tian felt a group of not weak auras surrounding a huge aura. It looks like this is the Cat Viper, right? Lin Tian directly urged the ability of his flash fruit to teleport to that position. Sure enough, oncoming is the boss of the Cat Viper, who is known as the King of the Night. Who are you? The boss of Cat Viper didn't know Lin Tian, and he asked directly when he just woke up. This is my own person, Pebo said. Pebo is from the Heart Pirate group. He is a bear crew member of the Fur Clan on the Luo ship. Pebo told the Cat Viper about Luo and Lin Tian's union, and many of the knights also recognized Lin Tian and informed the Cat Viper about Lin Tian's kindness. Haha. That's it. Speaking of which, you saved Zhou. Thank you. Cat Viper expresses gratitude readily. This time I came here with a small request. Lin Tian said, and then added, however, Duke Inulin seems to have refused. You mean that dog? Tell me. The Cat Viper boss showed a keen interest. Let me establish a force on Zhao Island, as my base. We will unite together to deal with Kaido. Lin Tian said. After listening to it, the Cat Viper not only was not surprised but also laughed. Haha. What am I supposed to be? This is a trivial matter, no problem. Cat Viper went on to say. That dog may have slept too long and even forgot what to do. I agree. Then we can persuade him together, and defeat him if we fail to convince him. Boss, don't be impatient. The fur people fear that Duke Inulin will fight with the Cat Viper. Luo suddenly ran in from outside nervously, saw the Cat Viper and Lin Tian, and lost his sense in a panic. What happened? Lin Tian asked hurriedly. Lin Tian is headed. You are here, that would be great. Luo looked at Lin Tian and Cat Viper and said, Kaido is here. Kaido is here. Everyone was shocked, and didn't expect Kaido to take the initiative to attack. Where is he now? How did you see him? Cat Viper asked. He should be almost at Zuao now. I didn't see him. It's just that the information is absolutely accurate, the information provided by the informant. Luo C never doubted the authenticity of the intelligence. In addition to knowing the news that Kaido is coming, do you have more detailed information, such as how many people Kaido has brought, how many troops, several disasters, and other news about the navy and the other 4 emperors? Lin Tian also asked carefully. Luo was also a little sweaty and said, the intelligence said that Kaido alone sent out the other 4 emperors and there is no movement, and the navy is currently not moving. Lin Tian shook his head and said, it seems that they have not received any news. In that case, be prepared for the decisive battle, Knight, be prepared. Cat Viper ordered, Heart Pirates, get ready to fight. Luo also said with unprecedented caution. Don't worry. Cat Viper, since you agree, we are absolute allies, and my partners will protect Zuowu. After Lin Tian said that, it was another teleport that told his friends about the news. The partners were divided into 2 groups, one group guarding the stronghold of Duke and Yoran and the group guarding the whale forest of the boss of the Cat and Viper. Then Lin Tian felt an extremely powerful breath. Kaido is here. Let me meet him first. Lin Tian did his part and rushed towards Kaido as the main vanguard. Not far away, Lin Tian had already seen Kaido's giant dragon body several hundred meters long. Good. Lin Tianxi rushed forward without fear. Kaido had obviously noticed Lin Tian. He rushed towards Lin Tian in the form of a dragon, and the clouds under his feet were very fast. Kaido directly spit out a huge storm, and Lin Tian went up into the wind without being affected at all. However, the entire Zhou was attacked by strong winds. The Elephant Master began to roar, and seemed to feel the danger, and it moved faster. Kaido saw that Lin Tian had not been affected by the strong wind, and once again spit out heat from his mouth. The heat lasted for several miles and the temperature was extremely high. Lin Tian was still not afraid, directly urging the ability of the defensive fruit, and a transparent defense wall that stretched for several miles appeared in front of Kaido. Boom. Kaido smashed into the defensive wall. He wanted to use his huge body to directly smash the defense wall. Unfortunately, Kaido almost smashed into the defensive wall. Kai multiplied. The dragon snaked across the defensive wall, and then began to breathe continuously. It's endless. Lin Tian was still not afraid at all. His eyes turned into reincarnation eyes, and he shouted domineeringly. Shen Luo Tianzheng. With Lin Tian as the center, a huge repulsive force was sent to the surroundings. Kaido was the closest, and the damage suffered was the first of them. In an instant, the breath of the dragon was smashed by the repulsive force, and then the dragon-shaped Kaido was once again knocked into the air by Lin Tian. Huh. I want to kill my naivety by one person. Lin Tian teleported directly to Kaido's side. Try this sour and cool. Lin Tian kicked Kaido into the air again in an instant. Armed color. Lin Tian punched Kaido flying from the other side with his arm-colored hardened arm. Kaido was finally furious. Smelly boy. Kaido said. I admit that you do have the strength of the 4 emperors, but your attacks are still not painful to me. If you have the ability, kill me. Kaido was excited. Killing you is not that simple. Lin Tian watched Kaido directly activate the gravity fruit, but in an instant, Kaido felt his whole body heavier countless times. What? Kaido was shot down directly into the water. Well, Kaido's breath is gone. Lin Tian frowned. Lin Tian flew under Zuo, and did not find Kaido and Kaido's breath. In the end, Lin Tian saw and heard the sea, but did not find Kaido, which made Lin Tian very helpless. Hey, this guy came here inexplicably, and then disappeared inexplicably. I really don't know what happened, Lin Tianxin thought. Forget it. Anyway, the mission has been released, and the next goal is undoubtedly Kaido. At this time, Lin Tian was attracted by a strange voice. It's the sound in the sea. Who is calling us? Who am I? Lin Tian didn't expect that he could directly talk to this wonderful voice. Which adult are you? Said the mysterious voice. Lin Tian had no choice but to say, I am Lin Tian. Humans, Master Lin Tian, it's been a long time since I met a human who can understand our language. You humans generally call us sea kings. Finally, huge sea kings emerged from the bottom of the sea. It's really huge. Lin Tian said to the Sea King class. Why can I communicate with you? This is the power that you humans call Poseidon's Sea King. I can feel it, and there is another adult who has the power of Sea King hidden in the depths of the sea. Said the Sea King. Yeah. Princess White Star, I know. Then I have the power of the Sea King, so what? Lin Tian asked back. You can order the Sea Kings, as your army. No human can resist us, but we cannot enter the land. You must know this in advance. Said the Sea King. I know this, can I give other orders? Lin Tian asked. Of course, as long as it is an order from you and the adult, all the Sea Kings must unconditionally execute it, because you are the adult we are waiting for. Said the Sea King. In that case, I will give an order to gather your kind and guard this huge elephant. At that time, I will send my own patrol team to guard Zou with you. If you encounter those who want to attack the elephant master, the lawbreakers, kill without mercy. Lin Tian's first order was to let the Neptune class take care of himself. After all, Zhao Island is about to become the base of Lin Tian and his group. At this time, Lin Tian heard another voice. This voice was so painful and desolate that Lin Tian heard the language again. Order me. If you are there, can you order me? A long time spent aimlessly. Are you like the Lord? Lin Tian asked. I'm Zou, am I? Zuowu Elephant Master actually stopped moving, but there was a glimmer of light in his hollow eyes. Sorry, I shouldn't be the one you said, he also said directly. I don't know how much I have gone. His last order is to let me go on. Lin Tian continued, do you remember what? I don't have anything except him. I don't remember anything except his orders. I can go on like this. 2 people seemed to be able to hear me before, but I didn't understand them but what you said. I can understand and hear what I say. If possible, can you give me an order? Lin Tian looked a little sad at this desolate elephant. If this makes you feel better, of course. Lin Tian also said. It's great, great. Finally, the elephant master was silent again, but Lin Tian unexpectedly gained the ability to talk to the elephant master. The elephant lord can not only talk to Lin Tian, but also share vision with Lin Tian. Therefore, Lin Tian can control the direction of the elephant lord's movement through his heading, as if he had boarded a mobile fortress. Since the elephant lord is always moving, there is no way to determine the position, and the elephant lord is now surrounded by guarding sea kings, as well as the death of the elephant lord's back, plus countless pirate powerhouses in the future. It is no exaggeration to say that it is a certainty that Lin Tian's power becomes the strongest in the world. Lin Tian also returned to Zuowu. Looking at the nervous people, Lin Tian also laughed. Solved. Luo asked in shock. Hey. Lin Tian sighed for a long time. It seems that it doesn't matter if you run away to repel Kaido, this is already an unimaginable thing. Cat Viper boss comforted. Don't be lost, you have repelled Kaido. I have already told the stinky dog. If it weren't for you, Zuo would have been bloody. So, he also agreed. Wu, you will have the same status as us. But we must make it clear that we must never do anything that harms the safety of our fur clan. This is not what I said, but the old dog said. Cat Viper said while joking. The next thing becomes very smooth. Lin Tian found the red history on Zhao Island and asked Robin to record it. This was the first coordinate history. Lin Tian also successfully completed the history collection task and once again obtained the space for the devil fruit. Robin is also very excited about the location of Lovedrew. For him, whether it is history or history of road signs, collecting them to figure out the blank 100 years and the location of Lovedrew, everyone is extremely interested. Lin Tian also thought about his ultimate mission. What are your plans next? Cat Viper asked. First of all, we will establish our power in Zuowu. After that, we will talk about any plans. It will take at least a year to gather people. Let's wait patiently. When the power matures, we will make the next step. Spend 2 years here again, Perona immediately refused. Isn't that stuffy? It's true to spend 2 years here. It would be a headache if there is no vacation time. Kuzan also said. I don't care, I can actually fight these strong people. Guina was also sharpening the knife, and the cat viper was startled. Oh, don't be so nervous. Lin Tian said, we will keep the phone bug and the life paper for each other, and arrange a time, and you can come back. I am busy this year. You can find your relatives and friends. Then I will contact you. Don't forget who I am. Kuzan, give you a vacation, but don't disappear. Nakagao, go back and see Burmal. Guina, are you sure you don't go see Sauron? Little 8, just forget it. I know you just came out of the Fisherman Island. Espagu, or go see your brother and Master Tom. Ain, you should know the location of Zephyr. If you can help me recruit someone to come in. Floyd, Perona and Robin, I know you have no relatives, so how about staying with me? The Duchy of Makamo, also known as the Furry Duchy, is the king of the cat viper who has guarded the whale forest of the sacred land of the Fur Clan for generations and the king of the duchy Inwarashi. The cat viper boss leads the knights, and the knights are led by Pedro, and Roddy, Black Buck and others are their subordinates. Duke Inwarashi heads the Inwarashi musketeer team, and the 3 musketeers Sicilian is the captain of the musketeer team. The Fur Clan is known for being tough. They can all allow electricity to be wound around their bodies or weapons to attack their opponents, regardless of. Old and weak women and children, even babies have basic self-defense skills. Therefore it is a powerful force. Lin Tian ruled Zhao Island at the same time, mainly arranging his power at Cloudu in the main entrance, becoming the base of his own 5th emperor's power. In less than a year, the members of the old ship have also entered Zuao one after another. The first was Cavendish, the captain of the handsome pirate group, who officially joined Lin Tian's death pirate group and was awarded the title of general. The rest of the crew also joined a total of more than 70 people. The addition of Bartolomeo also added an additional general to the death pirates, and at the same time more than 50 soldiers. The 8 Treasure Marine Army also arrived as promised. Lao Kai, Qing Zhao and Abu joined in one after another, bringing 100 people to the death pirate group. Edio and Broccoli from the Fighting United, as well as the pirate duo Jet and Abdra also joined the death pirates. The Dung Tata Corps of the Little Human Race, led by Leo, joined nearly 200 people, and Helding, the giant pirate, also joined Lin Tian's camp with 4 other giant partners. The Hoda Maria ship is the most amazing, with more than 430 people coming. Ain returned during this year and brought back about 300, the original new navy. The original comrades also returned to Zuao one by one, and brought some subordinates more or less. In the end, Lin Tian passed through layers of screening and selected 900 people as the death guards. On this day, Lin Tian stood on a square next to the Furry Principality and was training these OOO guards. You have all gone through layers of selection before you can become a member of the Death Guards. You are very hard, but I don't need the weak. Starting today, I will personally train you. Cavendish, Bartolomeo, is the captain of the 1st team in the 2nd team. Helding Leo is the captain of the 3rd team in the 4th team. Qing Zhao is the captain of the 5th team. Lao Kai and Abu are the captains of the 6th team, Edio, Blue Geely is the captain of the 7th team and the 8th team, and Hoda Maria is the captain of the 9th team. Lin Tian continued. Each team leader commands 100 people. This is not a small number. I hope you can have the qualifications to become a team leader. Therefore, I will conduct special training for you. Believe me, it will definitely increase your strength at least. The 9 captains in the last stage and off the court were a little frightened. What a terrifying hell training it was, and the 9,000 death guards were fighting there in a nervous mood, not knowing what to think. As long as you do well, there will be rewards. Simple, don't do things that are forbidden to do. Do things that should be done. My request is very simple. After Lin Tian finished talking about the principle, he began to run with the 1,000 front guards and the 9 captains. Run a circle around Zhou. But it is not a normal run, but a load-bearing run. Yes, when I started training with Lin Tian it's exactly the same, but the difference is that the load-bearing run this time is not a load-bearing machine, but a layer of pressure from Lin Tian's gravitational fruit. Under the gravity, we are panting one by one, which is not good at all. Lin Tian severely rebuked the trained soldiers. The soldiers gritted their teeth and ran forward again to fight for a sigh of relief. Finally, on the way, a soldier was out of anger and cursed. This is simply abuse. I keep flying, so let us undergo such a tiring training. Lin Tian naturally heard it, but Lin Tian was not angry at all. After looking at the 9 captains, Abu and Lao Kai hurriedly apologized. Excuse me, Lord Lin Tian. This is our team member. Lin Tian said, it's okay, I won't hurt you. Lin Tian walked over and said, our principle is, what I ask you to do, what you do, and I don't let you do anything, don't do anything. Did I ask you to question me? Lin Tian gently touched the cursing soldier with his hand, and the soldier became a cloud of dust in an instant. People with knowledge and color can feel that the other party's breath has disappeared. Died. Just touch it like this and he will die. All the soldiers were shocked and terrified, and they never dared to say a word. Lin Tian looked back at the trembling Abu and Lao Kai and said, you are also responsible, go and do 100 push-ups. How dare Lao Kai and Abu not follow? They started doing push-ups one after another. At this time, no one dared to say a word more, only to swallow bitterly. Everyone, you can only eat after completing the task. Lin Tian finished speaking lightly and watched from the side. One day passed quickly, and everyone completed the task, so Lin Tian also kept his promise to provide everyone with plenty of food. And the cook is naturally the chef Zhaoba. It's so delicious. It's so delicious. After a day of tiredness, I would cry after eating this meal. In the training day after day, the soldiers gradually figured out Lin Tian's character, and found that as long as they follow Lin Tian's requirements, there will be gains and rewards, so it is also a redoubled effort. Finally, while enjoying healthy food, I found that my strength has also improved a lot. In the following days, Lin Tian was training with the soldiers every day, and the strength of the 9,000-person troop also steadily increased. Lin Tian gave the abilities of 6 forms, armed colors and other abilities to these 9,000 people. Each is different, and they have learned some real skills more or less. The strength of most people has also entered the admiral level, and a few have reached the major general level. The stronger the position, the higher the position. This is the iron rule of the Lin Tian army. Therefore, in addition to the 9 captains of the 9,000 guards, there are 18 deputy captains. The strength of the deputy captains is at the major general level. The deputy captain is responsible for commanding 500 people, and the deputy captain after that, there are 5 squad captains. The squad captains are all responsible for commanding 100 people at the brigadier general level. Behind the squad leader are lieutenant colonel and captain level generals. In this kind of training with a strict hierarchy and a clear system, the strength of the Death Pirate forces is also steadily increasing, and within a year and a half, Lin Tian's partners have all returned one after another. Kuzan, Guina, Zhaoba, come here. Kuzan, you were originally an admiral of the navy, so I will call you the Ice King, a general among the 5 emperors. Lin Tian said. Guina, you have combined shui shui fruit and sleeve bai shui, and even the ability to solve them, and your current strength has reached the level of a general. I will designate you as the Snow King. Lin Tian ordered. Xiao Ba, your 6 swordsmanship makes the clouds and water flow, and combines the burning fruits of the natural element. It has extremely powerful strength, so I named you the King of Fire. Lin Tian said. Well, the 3 of our partners who can reach the general level are the only 3 of you. Lin Tian then looked at other people. Nakagao. In. Nuahigo agreed. You have integrated the abilities of the Shasha fruit. The strength can crush Droughtjack, and you have the strength of the Emperor's deputy rank, so I named you the Shawshing Lord, second only to the Uranus. Robin, you are a combination of flowers and fruits, and your strength is also at the royal vice level. I will call you the Flower Star. The strength and status of the star level is second only to the Uranus level. Perona, you merged with the ghost fruit and awakened, I will call you the Ghost Star. Floyd, you are the Medical Star King, Espagu you are the Ship Star King, and Ain you are the Time Star King. 3 heavenly kings and 6 stars and 6 monarchs, these are the backbone of the 5th Emperor's death. Lin Tian said. 3 generals and 6 imperial deputy? Kuzan was also secretly surprised. Don't say it is the 4 emperors, even the Navy headquarters does not have so many strong men on the surface. Unconsciously, is our strength so strong? The partners sighed. The 4 stars and the 3 disasters combined, there are only 7 emperor and deputy ranks. Our current strength, even if we are fighting 4 emperors at the same time, is safe and sound. The partners didn't expect it at all, and we didn't realize it. Zhang has reached the pinnacle of pirate world. And don't forget, there is me. Lin Tian smiled and said. I am a god of death, 1 god, 3 kings, 6 stars and 6 kings. We have a total of 10 high-end combat power, and another 9,000 elite guards. Among the 9 captains, I have left a captain of Hoda Maria as the captain. There are 8 more candidates to patrol Zuao. These 8 generals have also made considerable progress after my training, and their strength is at least surpassing the level of the lieutenant general in this department. Lin Tian said. 1 god, 3 kings, 6 stars, 6 generals, 8 generals, and 9 guards are all complete. Now everything is ready, only Dongfang. Lin Tian said. Boss, do you have any ideas? Xiao Ba asked. Floyd, Esbaku, how is the task entrusted to you during this period of time? Both Freud and Esbagu belong to the extremely intelligent kind, so they also completed their tasks perfectly. The 4 elite teams of the underground world will come to Zhou soon. Freud reported. Because of Doflamingo's defeat, the world is in a mess. Esbagu said. It turned out that Lin Tian had handed it over to Esbagu and Floyd a long time ago, that is, digging people from the underground world, mainly special intelligence personnel and unknown strong men. Today, the few 40 underworld powerhouses have also received invitations from Freud and Esbagu to join the Death Pirates. 4 those in the underground world finally reached Zhou Island. The strength of the 400-strong underworld is higher than the 9 guards, so let's train them as a secret force. I named it the 4 Holy Army, which is mainly used for assassination, reconnaissance, defense and offensive purposes. As Zhou's secret force, I personally command it and have a certain degree of monitoring capability. Lin Tian said. In addition, the intelligence personnel recovered by Bailey, named the Skynet organization, cast nets across the world and let them become our eyes. After Lin Tian's careful arrangement, Lin Tian's power can finally be described in a poem. 1 god, 3 kings, 4 saints, 6 stars, 8 generals, 9 guards, and a separate general plus patrol troops guarding Zuao. This patrol troop is Lin Tian's eyes. The class will destroy the enemy together, but if they are found to be friendly, they will ventilate with Lin Tian, and Lin Tian will order the Sea King class to stay calm. In addition, Lin Tian can command the Zhouwu Elephant Lord and control the power of the Sea Kings in the Pluto. It can be said that Lin Tian, the god of death, has gradually grown into the most powerful force on the sea. 2 years passed quickly. In the past 2 years, Lin Tian has consolidated his strength on Zhuowu and cultivated strong men under his command, and the original plot has officially begun. New World Cupcake Island, Mom never thought you would come to me. Lingling. Long time no see. The woman called Lingling has a body that is several times larger than the average person, with bloodshot eyes, wearing thick lipstick and light purple eyeshadow, and wearing a pink wide dress. The other is tall and burly, with black hair on his head and shoulders, a pair of horns, a long beard, and a scale tattoo on his left arm. The upper body is naked, the lower body is wearing wide trousers, and the waist is tied with a rope. No one in these 2 seas knows that no one knows. One is Kaido, the beast known as the strongest creature in the world, and the other is the only female among the 4 emperors. The 4 emperors are actually there. The nations met. Let's join hands, Lingling, Kaido said. Why did you have any trouble working together? The ant asked. Someone killed my drought jack and beat me up. That person is Lin Tian. Kaido gritted his teeth and said, obviously hating Lin Tian has reached the extreme. Lin Tian. It's him. My mother was extremely angry when she heard this name. This guy once not only refused my invitation, but also knocked him into the water. Since he is dealing with him, I am willing to join hands with you. Charlotte Lingling also directly agreed to Kaido's request. Well, since our two pirate regiments have joined forces, then Lin Tian, no matter how strong it is, would never want to fight our two pirate regiments. Kaido and Ant continue to discuss further plans. Due to Kaido's extremely domineering behavior, he also announced to the outside world about the Beast Pirate Group and the Pirate Group Alliance. In an instant, the whole world was boiling over. The headlines and even the entire pages of all newspapers are news about the Four Emperors Alliance. Due to the Dressrosa incident, it is naturally reminiscent of the contradiction between the five emperors Lin Tian and Kaido. The four emperors Kaido and the Ant are allied for the purpose of dealing with the fifth emperor of death. Reaper became the strongest of the five emperors, and Ant Kaido joined forces. The Navy also held an emergency meeting on this day. The new Marine Vatican of the Navy, the atmosphere of the Navy headquarters at this time is a bit dignified. It's terrible. I didn't expect Kaido to join forces in peace. Huang Yuan also said with some surprise. I don't know what their purpose is to fight against the Navy headquarters. Chief of Staff Crane also guessed. The pirates are black. Their union leads to a great increase in strength, and the old man will not let them grow for justice. Fujitora said solemnly. Sakarsky smoked a big cigar, took a deep breath, exhaled, and said, in any case, this is a big event at sea. The four emperors are united. Who knows that the red-haired Shanks and the white beard will meet? What's going on? Sakarsky said solemnly, and after Lin Tian passed through the Dressrosa incident, there has been no movement for 2 years, as if he has disappeared. The old kid has become the confidant of our Navy headquarters. Big trouble. Who knows what that guy is planning? General Green Bull also said. Kaido and United may also be used to deal with Lin Tian. After all, Lin Tian has declared war on them, and Lin Tian has killed Don Quixote Doflamingo, one of the 7 martial arts under the king. Akina guessed next. In any case, the Navy headquarters must take precautions and withdraw unnecessary navies to New Malin Vatican. I hope that this battle will be with us without light. This time, Sakarsky wisely chose to sit on the sidelines and watch the Tigers fight. After all, the balance of maritime power has been completely broken. And Mariejo, the 5 old stars also began to discuss fiercely. The 4 emperors have united unexpectedly, something that has never happened before. If you have any ideas, let's talk about it. I don't think it is very possible to deal with the Navy. Lin Tian, the god of death of the 5th emperor, was too swagger and killed Doflamingo. It is reported that Lin Tian not only refused the invitation of Kaido and Charlotte Lingling before, and also drove the recruiters they sent into the sea. Do you mean the union of the 4 emperors is to deal with Lin Tian? Yes. Kaido's anger is clear to the 5 of us. Under normal circumstances, we cannot unite with others. It only shows that Kaido has no confidence in defeating Lin Tian, and therefore united with the other 4 emperors. What Lin Tian's strength, even Kaido is afraid of what concept this is. The power of the sea is about to be broken. If we can't settle things, we can only ask that adult. And on the Moby Dick in the New World, Papa Whitebeard, Kaido is here. The Phoenix Marco said very cautiously. The Whitebeard pirates were ready and aggressive, and the captains were ready to do it at any time. Many young crew members were also sweating profusely. After all, it was the 4 Emperor Kaido who met next. Huh. I have really met someone who has not been seen for a long time. The white beard is not afraid at all, although he is hanging on the drip while drinking. Daddy, drink less bar. The second team captain Ace persuaded. Ace, don't persuade you, Dad won't listen, Captain Diamond Joes said. Sure enough, the white beard started to laugh. Giggle, Joes is right, I'm fine, but the white beard is okay. Finally, on the Moby Dick of the 100 Beast Pirates, a giant man stepped onto the ship and was followed by 2 powerful men. One wears black clothes, a pair of black feather wings behind his back, a knife hung from his waist, and flames surround his body. One with a big cigar in his mouth and small glasses. These 2 are known as the 3 major disasters. Jin, Pandemic, Quinn. And the giant man headed is naturally one of the 4 emperors, Kaido, the beast. Newgate. Don't be safe. Kaido sighed. Kaido, I didn't expect you to come on our boat. Bybeard continued. I heard that you and Lingling joined forces. Why did you do this? It's really not like your style. Huh. There is nothing like it, this thing is true. Kaido also said directly. I'll just say it straightforwardly, Newgate, let's join hands. Kaido also said directly. Huh. Why do you want to join hands with you? Byebeard asked back, his aura suddenly increased. By Beast Kaido said without any fear, because of one person. Oh, who is it? Whitebeard asked rhetorically. That person's name is Lin Tien, you should be no stranger, he is the new 5th emperor. Kaido continued. 4 emperors who rule the world, 4 are enough. After Kaido finished speaking, Ace, Jinping, Marco first disagreed. Daddy Whitebeard gently waved his hand, preventing them from continuing. Kaido, don't you already have Lingling as an ally? Why are you still pulling my white beard? Kaido shook his head and said, Whitebeard, you don't even know that. The power of the new 5 Emperor of Death Lin Tien. Huh. Giggle. Thinking of the strongest creature in the world, Kaido, one of the 4 emperors, would be timid. Whitebeard also laughed unscrupulously. What's the funny plague? Quinn immediately. Dissatisfied. Byebeard's face instantly became cold. Because I have a white beard. Whitebeard directly broke out his domineering. Quinn and Jin were also surprised and said, domineering. By Beast Kaido was not afraid at all, and the same Overlord color directly gushed out. The Overlord conflict instantly caused the weak crew of the Moby Dick to instantly lose consciousness and faint to death. The Overlord look directly tore apart the sky above the Moby Dick. Newgate, it's my problem, don't use such a big temper. Kaido also frowned. I don't care about the others, but without Lin Tien, the god of death, I wouldn't have such excellent silly children. Whitebeard looked at Ace and the members of the original Spades Pirates, making them feel warm. Kaido, you go. Lao Su will not agree to fight Lin Tien with you. Whitebeard proudly said. Even if we have to fight with him one day, it will be a fair fight for us. Don't worry. Lin Tien can't beat me. Lao Su is Whitebeard. Huh. Kaido shook his head and said, one day, you will regret your choice. Huh. I'm not leaving yet. Marco was also full of flames, and the captain of the 16th Division was waiting and watching Kaido carefully. Ha. That being the case. Then I'm leaving. Kaido laughed, and left the Moby Dick with his 2 disasters. Marco and Jinping know Lin Tien's strength best, and they are finally relieved to see that old Whitebeard is not an enemy of Lin Tien. Mary Joa, between powers. Wu Lao Xing seems to be waiting for someone. Is there anything wrong? I came here specially. The bearded 5 old star said. About the union between the 4 emperors? Wearing glasses and holding the 5 old stars of the first generation of ghosts to talk. Because of you, we made time. Long-haired 5 old star said. I know. Thank you very much, the Black Shadow said in a respectful tone. Say it. The guards are all out, curly-haired 5 old star ordered. The Black Shadow revealed his face, and no one thought that this person was the red-haired Shanks, one of the youngest 4 emperors known to all. It's about a certain pirate. Lin Tianba, the god of death, the strange number that appeared in the sea, we also have a headache. The bearded 5 old star said. Kaido and the ant are in alliance, the reason is to deal with the death god Lin Tien. Shanks continued. And Kaido even contacted me. I don't know him at all. It is conceivable that Kaido has suffered so much that he wants to unite all the 4 emperors. After confirmation, Byebeard was also invited by Kaido, but Byebeard finally refused, which means that my choice will affect the balance on the sea. Red-haired Shanks said. Joining Kaido has certain risks. Choosing to sit on the sidelines may have unexpected results. Said the 5 old star wearing glasses. Yes, if you lose the battle in the end, no one can restrain him, and your previous efforts will be discarded, but if you don't do anything, one day it will become beyond our control. Long-haired 5 old star said. In that case, don't join or refuse completely. Keep an eye on the battle, and report anything to us at any time. Said the 5 old star with curly hair. Okay. The red-haired Shanks eventually withdrew from power between and Mary Joa. The 5 old stars said to each other. It seems that the world is not stable before the World Conference. At least that god of death, it's not that people shouldn't show up. That said, let them make trouble first. At this time, Wu Lao Xing did not worry at all that things would not be under his control. 2 years passed, on Zhao Island. Boss, you really want to go to Cake Island alone? Xiao Ba also asked in surprise. Yes, you continue to train, I am enough. Lin Tien replied. At this time, Lin Tien's figure is taller, and his lines are extremely perfect. The most important thing is that Lin Tien's devil fruit ability is more skillful. Don't worry, I will finish the task. Mom's tea party is about to be held. Naturally, I want to give her a big surprise. Lin Tianxi is not afraid of Kaido and Da after the union. Why does Lin Tian head a country of disharmony? Luo asked. Lin Tian replied, as far as I know, it will take 2 years for Guangyue Taozuzuki and others to appear. In the past 2 years, although the Ant and Kaido's forces are called united, in fact, the Ant did not take me seriously. How much? It's Kaido shutting down and shutting the country, shrinking his strength, just like a tortoise, and what the Ant should do. While the Ant is holding a tea party, I want to surprise the world once again. Lin Tian looked at Robin and said, don't worry, Robin, big. I will finish rubbing the history of landmarks in Ma's place. Duke Inulin, I have also greeted the boss of the Cat and Snake. Zuowu has become a copper wall and an iron wall. Unless the 4 emperors and the navy unite, they will not be able to fight in. Lin Tian said to Duke Inulin. Duke Inulin has also discovered the changes in the Fur clan for 2 years. There are no longer Fur clan people inexplicably sold, and no human pirates dare to attack. The Fur clan has developed particularly smoothly in the past 2 years, thanks to Lin Tian. Therefore, Duke Inulin's attitude towards Lin Tian has changed a long time ago. Hearing Lin Tian's words, he immediately responded, ha! No problem, rest assured. Thanks to you, Zuowu has become so powerful. Only then, so many compatriots will not be abducted and sold to slavery by dirty pirates. The Principality of Makamo has become. I am so stable and prosperous, thank you so much. Duke Inulan kept thanking Lin Tian, and Lin Tian didn't know how to respond in the end. Okay. I'm leaving. Lin Tian looked at his friends, and finally he was reluctant to separate. Kuzan, Guina, Zauba, and 6 stars, Zuowu's safety will be handed over to you. Those captains must not relax in training. When I come back, we will start the next war. Time. Lin Tian disappeared after talking for a moment. Lin Tian has already made complete sailing preparations, plus Lin Tian can teleport and fly. It can be said that there is nothing that can stop Lin Tian. 2 years have passed, I haven't seen Hancock, I don't know how she is. There is also Luffy, it should have been out to sea. I have changed too much in the original plot, now I don't know where it is. Lin Tian thought all the way, teleported all the way, and flew when he was tired, and when he was tired, he summoned the Sea King class, sitting on the Sea King class and moving in the direction of the world. I don't know how long it took. Lin Tian finally saw a boat, and Lin Tian appeared on the boat with a teleport. There seemed to be a dance party on the deck of the ship, and the people around Lin Tian were shocked by Lin Tian's sudden intrusion. Hey, who are you? A bodyguard in black clothes came to question. Lin Tian also said, I don't deserve to ask my name. What? The bodyguard wanted to take action to kill Lin Tian in a rage, but a voice suddenly came out, who knows? Enough, bodyguard, you are taking a step forward, and your life is about to be taken away by this one. The bodyguard said tremblingly, boss, who is he? The person called the boss said, if you read it correctly, this person is Lin Tian, one of the 5th emperors. I have turned over his portrait countless times. What? He is death. He's the one. It's so good. Everyone became very excited. Welcome to Mr. Lin Tian. I didn't expect it to be you. Being here is really brilliant. The boss also took out countless portraits of Lin Tian from the box. These are your photos. Although they are all secret photos, but I am your #1 fan. The boss said enthusiastically. I am an investor in a magazine, and everyone on this ship has written news about you to get rich. Your news is extremely popular. Our magazine is all because of you. Benefactor. What? Lin Tian was also stunned. Alright. Lin Tian is also speechless. Are you also attending Auntie's tea party? The boss asked. Auntie's tea party is yes. Lin Tian immediately. He reacted and said, hey, my aunt has a moody temper and is extremely addicted to food. I don't know if I can survive this time. The boss downheartedly took out the invitation letter for the aunt tea party and said, I received the invitation letter for the aunt tea party. The magazine owner said dejectedly. Oh, who have received invitations from the aunt's tea party? Big bosses in various business circles, as well as some bosses in the underground world, but the most surprising thing is that the aunt invited you. The magazine owner said without knowing it, since you don't want to go, can you let me go instead of you? Lin Tian asked. Ah, instead of me, you have already been invited. Yes, but the invitation hasn't been sent yet, and it's too late now. In that case, I can pretend to be you and go to the aunt's tea party. Lin Tian also wanted to make a living, begging. The magazine owner thought for a while and asked, "Are you sure if it is discovered, the ant will go crazy?" "Don't worry, she won't," Lin Tian said in his heart, "because this time the ant will be killed by me." The entire ship thanked Lin Tian, and the ship gradually sailed into the sea area ruled by the ant, the sea area of the world. Marshmallow snow seems to have reached all nations. The boat Lin Tian was on reached the waters of the world, immediately. Then I heard the ringing of the phone bug. Benefactor. The phone worm caught the warning Nianbo, which means that we have indeed entered the site. After being reminded by the magazine owner, the ship finally docked on an island. Benefactor. This is an invitation letter, we dare not go deeper, let's put you here. Said the magazine owner. It doesn't matter, you go, be careful. Lin Tian said goodbye to the magazine ship and entered the island. After walking for a while, Lin Tian saw a small town. The bricks, roofs and even walls of the town were made of chocolate, which looked quite attractive. And the crowd in the town looks quite peaceful and comfortable, with all kinds of people flowing endlessly, as well as chocolate fountains, chocolate baths, chocolate clothing stores, chocolate musical instruments, and chocolate clocks. In short, this island is a chocolate island. It's really a quirk of the ant. The chocolate town made by the Minister of Chocolate. Is there humans, fur tribes, murloc tribes, long hands and long feet tribes, little human tribes, but there is no giant tribe. No wonder she hates me to the bone, and even agrees after the union with Kaido. It seems that I want to die. Lin Tian also smiled indifferently. Buy some. Chocolate is extremely cheap on Chocolate Island, and Lin Tian also stores part of it in Shenwei Space. Calamel Cafe. Lin Tian noticed a unique coffee shop, and couldn't help but taste the taste of the wall. This taste is really good. Hey, the walls can be eaten, but don't eat the roof. Dao's voice came from behind Lin Tian. Lin Tian turned his head and saw a woman. This woman has a small figure, deep double ponytails, clean and beautiful clothes, and a living jelly nitro is attached to her left shoulder and there is a living blanket Rabian next to her. Lin Tian knew it instantly the true identity of the person before. Forget it. If you want to eat it all. The perfect combination of jam biscuits and chocolate here, but my proud work. The woman with double ponytails said, Bryn? Lin Tian asked. Huh, do you know me? Bryn said. Are you the ant's daughter? Lin Tian said. Yes, I am the 35th daughter of my mother. The wall just now is delicious. I added high-purity beet sugar and milk to the cocoa butter and refined it at 29 degrees Celsius for 3 days and 3 nights. Bryn explained. Yes, it's delicious, Lin Tian said. Are you also a guest at Mom's tea party? Bryn asked. Me? Yeah. Lin Tian replied, and then pulled out his invitation letter. Bryn looked for a long time and then covered her mouth in surprise and said, Oh my god, you turned out to be an investor in the Grim Reaper, Mr. Charles. I've always been a fan of Mr. Grim Reaper. Although he once shot his brother Craig in the water, he declared war with his mother in the past 2 years, but so far, there seems to be no conflict. Bryn said, not knowing whether it was true or not. Lin Tianke knew that Bulin had 2 personalities. So he said directly, Bryn, tell you a secret. What's the secret? Bryn asked too. I know that you have a dual personality, and I also know the hidden eyes on your forehead, and I know that you know my true identity. Bryn was shocked, but then immediately, pretending to be ignorant, he asked, What are you talking about? Why I don't understand. Also, don't you say that your true identity is Mr. Charles. Lin Tian smiled and shook his head, but did not continue to unravel and said, I don't care if you pretend or really didn't find out. I will tell you now that I am the god of death Lin Tian. What would you do? Bryn screamed in horror and asked, You are really the god of death Lin Tian. No wonder you are so familiar with your appearance in all countries, Lin Tian, god of death. Bryn shouted in horror. Why did you come here? Mr. Lin Tian's mother is a very terrifying pirate. Bryn reminded. I came here for the purpose of killing. Auntie and Kaido joined forces to deal with me. Naturally, I wanted to kill one of them first. Lin Tian also thought of it, and planned to do it. But, mother is very powerful, Mr. Lin Tian. Even if you want to deal with her, it can't be so easy unless Lin Tian asks. Unless someone can help you. Bryn seemed to have made a lot of determination and said, and I am that person. Oh, Lin Tian pretended to be surprised and said, How can you help me? During the tea party, my mother will definitely eat the cake, and I am also one of the cake designers. I can help you and poison my mother. Bryn also said cruelly. Lin Tian shook his head and seemed to be suspicious of Bryn's appearance. Bryn. Why did you help me kill my mother by an outsider? Because, my mother wants me to marry someone I don't know. Oh, let me tell you who you marry. Lin Tian also said with some suspicion. The third son of the Vinsmock family, Mr. Sanji. I have never seen his mother who cares only about herself and never ignores our feelings. Please, Mr. Lin Tian. Since our goals are the same, we will kill our mother, right? Bryn seemed to be aggrieved a lot. In other words, this tea party is mainly for the union of the Vinsmoke family and the Charlotte family. Lin Tian asked. Yes, we are nothing more than satisfying the victims of the Pirate Alliance. Bryn said. Lin Tian was thinking about other things. The story is 2 years ahead of schedule. Because of my arrival, the aunt has a sense of crisis, so she wants to annex Germa, get the product of Germa research, and so on. Lin Tian still couldn't figure it out. Because I am a daughter, you may not believe me, Mr. Lin Tian, although my mother is terrible, but I have decided, I will help you. Bryn said firmly. Lin Tian also raised the corner of his mouth and said, in this case, I really blamed you, sorry, after all, the goal this time is. Therefore I have to be cautious. I deliberately collected all the information of all your family members, so I still have heard of your abilities. I hope you don't do anything stupid in the middle. Hearing the warnings and threats from Lin Tian's mouth, Bryn was also a little afraid to repeat. Yes, because my mother is my mother, I am me, I will not regret it. Okay, in that case, let's talk about your plan. Lin Tian said. Bryn picked up the pen and drew the map while explaining. People from all over the world are blessing my marriage, and the people of the Vinsmock family should be the same. Mom is looking forward to the wedding cake, because no one can disobey my mother's orders. During the tea party, if you want to enter Cake Island, this is the only route. This is the only route that only our brothers and sisters know. The only route that can avoid mother's ears. Along this route, you should be able to reach Cake Island. After arriving at Cake Island, I will make wedding cakes for my mother, and Mr. Lin Tian can enter the tea party. Let's meet tomorrow on the southwest coast of Cake Island. I will definitely complete the task and I will help you. Bryn said. If the ant is poisoned, what should you do? Lin Tian asked. If she is poisoned, I will naturally be free. Bryn also said sadly, after all, this is her mother. This is the enemy camp. You should worry about yourself, Mr. Lin Tian. Bryn said. Although I haven't seen Mr. Sanji, I don't think he is worthy of you. Lin Tian also said politely. Thank you, Mr. Lin Tian. Bryn responded. I hope my next marriage partner is a better person. Is it really good? I am really good. Lin Tian also said with a smile. Hurry up, Lin Tianxian. Bryn immediately. To deal with the soldiers before. Lin Tian was holding the map, and he was able to use Fang to teleport and fly, but he didn't notice Lin Tiande. Lin Tian is also getting deeper and deeper into the territory of the 4 emperors. Finally Lin Tian passed by the Jam the town, then flew in the direction of 3 o'clock, and soon saw the Juice Sea, and when he reached the Juice Sea, Lin Tian was attacked by creatures in the sea due to the low altitude of his flight. However, Lin Tian naturally didn't suffer any harm, so he burned the creatures in the sea to death. The stellar fruit that reached the temperature of the star was not. Just kidding. Then Lin Tian flew over the mixed Juice Sea current, flew over the Sweet Sea, and not long after, finally arrived at Cake Island. The appearance of the Cake Island looks like an island composed of various cakes, cream, strawberries and a towering castle. It seems that this is the castle where the ant lives. Lin Tian said affirmatively, and then Lin Tian flew to the southwest of Cake Island. The time was just right. Lin Tian also reached the southwest of Cake Island, but he did not see Bulin. No one. Lin Tian didn't continue to wait for Bryn. He saw someone in the forest not far away, so he rushed directly. When he arrived in the forest, Lin Tian didn't notice any aura. Except for the delicious food around him, he didn't have any human aura. Suddenly Lin Tian felt something was wrong, because he saw a figure exactly like himself. This is the same action and speech. Who are you? Lin Tian asked. Who are you? Lin Tian on the opposite side also asked. Not only that, Lin Tian tried to blast it with his fists with armed color, but the result was exactly the same, and it ended in a tie. Lin Tian looked around and found that both trees and flowers possessed life. Naturally, he knew that this was the ability of the ant's soul fruit. Looking at himself, Lin Tian said, this is the legendary Forest of Temptation, but it's still a boring ability, Brie. Lin Tian shouted directly. Overlord look and domineering. A terrifyingly powerful and domineering Overlord look erupted from Lin Tian, and when Lin Tian burst out the Overlord aura, all the weak objects in the Temptation Forest all fainted. And Charlotte Brie disguised as Lin Tian also shouted in fear. You. How come there is such a powerful overlord look domineering everyone, run away. Then Brie fainted. Lin Tian shook his head and said, even if I escape now, it's too late. Come out. It doesn't seem to make much sense to hide now. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, he was surrounded by layers of troops. Of course, the soldiers had fainted a long time ago, and the one who surrounded Lin Tian was the desert 4 stars of the Ant Pirate Group. Smokey, Craig, Snug, and Katakuri. The desert 4 stars are all dispatched, so you really value me. Lin Tian said with a smile. If I'm right, you betrayed me, Bryn. Lin Tian turned his head to the side and stared at the orange-haired woman Bryn with a pair of eyes. At this time, Bulin had nothing to do with the image of a good girl. The eyes on her forehead had come out, and her whole person was completely blackened. Humph. You would believe my poor acting skills. You really don't deserve to be called the 5 emperors. Bryn sarcastically. Hee, Bryn, who actually lied to whom was you who brought me here? I asked you to bring me here, Lin Tian asked with a raised mouth.